Welcome to Storm King's Thunder, where me and a bunch of my nerdy-ass friends get together and we play Dungeons & Dragons.
Dungeons and
Dragons!
Brandon, hello.
Yeah, no, it's gonna happen again, dude. We're gonna roll like shit. This motherfucker, he left us high and dry. That's okay. Last week, on session 22 of Storm King's Thunder, we found our party in the Filthy Ferret of the Loudwater, a skeeving inn filled with Zent mercenaries and Nim the Rat, a particularly foul creature, who told you that the prisoners you were seeking had been let through a tunnel and that led out the city walls. You guys delved into the tunnel and followed it for several hours. I believe altogether about 8 hours of travel before you finally emerged on the other end. And once you did, were able to get picked up by the Westwind Wyvern and quickly pursue your quarry. Upon catching up to them, you met Jasper the Grim, a particularly foul-looking dwarf, gray dwarf, who wielded a wicked scythe that drained your life forces when it struck you. You also, you guys made some short parley as he taunted Davos into threatening all of you as well as goading him into attacking, and made. It actually took you guys quite a while to take them out. Like that whole first round, I think only one person hit. It was pretty rough. After you guys finished them off, you were able to free Helena, Davos's ex, who was over the moon to see him and said that she had been praying to Lathander several times since she had been captured. And gathered up some of the things, a diamond, some gold, the scythe, a note written in Undercommon that none of you could read, unfortunately, but that Davos very intuitively suggested that Valkyr would be able to decipher for you. You guys loaded up the survivors onto the Westwind Wyvern and took them back to Loudwater, where you reunited them with their people, both of Oralbar and Lork, the two towns that had been destroyed by the stone giants in the previous weeks. Once gathered together, the citizens asked you for sanctuary, and if you would accept them as refugees to Nightstone, of which you guys graciously opened your doors, and paid their passage on a ship that was headed westward on the River Delambir that would take them right by your keep. After that, you guys departed for Oralbar to find it decimated. But all around you found these unusual stacked stones. As Gulbrand mentioned, almost like burial cairns, but not quite. Decorative in a way, unusual and beautiful in another, but unsettling all the same. A very alien landscape composed of only the most natural elements. After doing a brief bit of investigation, Davos did find his father's grave, which was intact. And upon turning back to the church, found that buried in the rubble of the church was the figurehead, a large golden blazing sun that he took with him. Upon loading back up into the ship and following the tracks as best you could, you came to find Deadstone Cleft, this canyon in the middle of a high mesa with this long, drawn-out wind just constantly blowing through it, creating this dull, low moan that was very eerie. But before you guys could get too close, the skies grew dark, and you looked up to see a rock was diving towards you, growing immense. It's from tail to beak as big as your entire airship, with a wingspan several times larger. You guys were able to convinced the crew to drop you off as they tried to fend off the rock and head back away from the bird's airspace. And once you got to Deadstone Cleft, found several of these low caves, most of them in the canyon wall itself, but a few on the outer mountain surface, and one on the side that was just comprised of dirt. It was a low hill, rather than part of the actual canyon structure. And Gulbrand suggested, hey, this place looks nice. And you guys investigated and found a couple of bears inside that Gulbrand recognized as his former current pets, Bjorn and Yona. And within that cave also was Hydia, his wife, as well as a new bear cub, Arcoda. Hydia was quite upset with seeing him and began speaking immediately in Bothii. And why you guys couldn't understand the exact dialogue was obviously very worked up about a number of things, and even smacked Gulbrand, dealing 7 points of damage, by the way. This bitch is stacked. Like, I don't want to leave any doubt. Like, probably a little more than she should have done, but that's okay. And with that, my dudes, I think we're going to go ahead and pick up with tonight's session. Anything else before we move on?
Brought to you by a cat that hasn't really got any screen time because,
Kali.
well, not got any screen time. This is one of the kittens.
Oh, no, that's the newer one. Yeah, I see the brown now. Which one's that?
This is Sarah. So y'all got
Sarah.
to meet Sarah.
I didn't know you
What?
had a whole blur going on, and I just saw the cat blurred when it was facing the other way, and I thought Discord blurred out like the cat's butthole.
Yeah. Oh. It's actually in the witness protection program. It saw a bird get killed. Doesn't want to, have too many questions asked. Brandon, for the love of God, please say Dungeons and Dragons. Because last week we rolled like shit when you didn't.
Dungeons and Dragons!
Thank you. All right. Now my conscience can rest easy. If y'all roll like shit, it's on you. All right, my dudes.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I like the, everybody's all yelling, and I just, Dungeons and Dragons.
The little whisper. Yeah. It's good to have a little mix there,
I try to change mine up every week.
All right, my guys. We find ourselves within this cave, damp, dirt, and we... Thought I was going to ask. Hydia and Gulbrand are speaking very quickly in Bothii, and the conversation lasts for probably about half an hour, and it covers a variety of pitches. There's parts where Hydia seems furious. There's parts where she seems ashamed. There's parts where Gulbrand is inquisitive, and sometimes when he seems like he's forcing himself to restrain.
Yes, but say I had a little. I like to think there's a part where you're talking about where he goes from statuesque to looking like a statue, rigid. Not angry, but like Joey's had a good way to put it, looking like he's restraining himself. And then at one point, I think he points at Davos. He points at Tally, and he actually points at Tally more than once. And I like what Joey said. Before all of this, you just hear, "Oh, boys."
Yeah, like the last thing you hear in common is like it's like he's crying out for help. Like, "Oh, boys." Like,
What a jerk, hit him again.
Yeah. As you said that like 3 times last week. I should have had her do it each time. As the conversation seems to slow a bit, Gulbrand, there's an opportunity to introduce the group into what you've been discussing, or what you choose to let them in on.
Okay, that's enough for this. So Gulbrand turns around when the conversation's over, and he goes, "My apologies for that. Things are not very well with tribes. We are reduced to nearly halves. Some limp dick deer fuckers runs our warriors nows, and they are more or less trapped in alliance."
Allegedly.
They are more or less trapped with these giants. Not the best of news. He will introduce, he'll go through Davos, Bergen. He'll introduce the party to Hydia. And then he'll look at Davos. He'll look back at Hydia, and he'll say, "Do you know if there is a prisoner here? A priest?" And he's asking Davos, "A priest?"
Not a priest, a paladin like myself.
Hydia looks you up and down for a second, and when she sees your amulet, her eyes light up a bit. She goes, "Oh, yous are one of the warriors of the suns, yes. No, yes, there's been a couple, but one is currently held captives in the very back of the chambers. He is with the tribe, so it should not be too difficult to liberate him."
The tribes is mostly gathered in one place, or scattered throughout the caves?
She shakes her head a bit and says, "Unfortunately, Thane Kayalithica does not like us to be in united and has us scattered in 4 separate chambers within.
Turns
I
back
do
to-
not
Sorry, go ahead.
I do not know who will be in which chamber, as they are forced to rotate from times to times.
What the bitch? He'll turn back to the group and he'll say, she did confirms as well that Kayalithica has the conscience. So she doesn't know what it is, but at least we know she has it.
So they're in league with these giants?
She looks a
Sorthos.
little ashamed. Yeah.
Sorthos.
She will tell you, our tribes was desperate. We were attacked by many enemies, and were forced to make alliances to survive. It was not something that I am proud of as chieftain, but it is what I had to do for my people to survive.
Would
If you
these
know
people
this,
be
Sorry,
willing
go
to
ahead.
unite with us to overthrow the stone giants? Can we keep
Perhaps.
those allies or enemies?
there are a few that I am worried about. Some who question my authority and my power. I have not been.
Oh, sorry. The Matskin
I have not
handles
been
things.
chief. I have not been chief for very long, and they look on my inexperience and our recent difficult challenges as my fault primarily, and perhaps they is all right.
It's probably because you don't fuck deers like the rest of them, apparently.
Do you get a genuine chuckle from her? She will say, "Use know this paladin, then I must understand that you also knew the people of the town of what do you call it, Orlbar."
That was my tribe. Yes.
She again looks ashamed, and we were forced into attacking it as well as another city. We did not prey upon people, however. We did our best to stick sheerly to destruction, as Thane Kayalithica was more eager for destroying the constructs of your kind rather than eliminating them entirely.
Do you know what's the fucks the stacked up stones are?
Her eyes squint and... No, I'm sorry, I do. And she pauses and... Oh. No, there was a conflict of sorts at the, after the battle. A particular stone giant stood up to Kayalithica and sought to have her end her rampage. She beat him within an inch of his life. I believe he was exiled. And he was a, the giants here are unusuals. They are artisans. And I believe that was his particular particular form of statue making, stone stacking. This may have been him. From what I understand, he is no friend of Kayalithica. Or the rest of the giants, for that matters.
Well, neither are we, so we have that in common.
Yes, I've pretty much told her that we're kind of here to kill hers. Which I think will be helpful in turning the tribes in our favors. But we have to find the bitch. And possibly go through hostile or non-hostile tribe members in the process.
She'll also ask you,
Processes.
I heard that the rock cry out sometime before you arrived. Did you slay it?
Yeah, Gulbrand also is just... Like,
She-
the whole group is going...
She and she'll go, understandables, although I expect you will get some shits from Griselda's.
Well,
But-
fuck hers.
It may returns. It is just important that we be cautious when we are out and about. Thankfully, once we are in the main maze, it will be impossible for the birds to reach us. But exiting may be
Birds,
difficult.
Plural?
Bird
Yeah.
singular. Accent is weird. I'm sorry.
Devin
Just
shitty
making
attention.
although-
sure.
Oh, hang on. Devin, odd, or even?
Even.
Okay. Yeah. Would you like me to lead you into the canyons?
You would know best.
Yes, sorry. Devin was like, no, protect your woman, and then, but
Fucks
barbarians don't
you.
think that
No.
way. I was gonna say,
I mean,
barbarians don't think that
we
way at
don't-
all.
We don't necessarily have to make her go first, but she
Oh,
could
well,
still
that's
guide
good.
us.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, you
Go
guys can
around.
choose your marching order. She's just
Yeah.
offering to guide you to where, like, you know where you're going, more or less.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
Half of Gulbrand. We're going to fights with giants. Fuck stats. But actually, Gulbrand. Well, okay, is your grown-ass woman's.
Yeah. I mean, she can help you fight giants.
It seems like she has a will of her own, Gulbrand.
Straight up.
Very astute.
I
All
was
right,
trying to
my
think if
dudes.
there's anything else we need to ask. I keep thinking I'm forgetting something, but we'll go on.
Yeah, and anyone can ask her, you know, anything you would like about this place. If there's something that you're unsure of, she may have more insight.
Why
Um,
Gulbrand?
He was cute before he's got old. Now he's more handsome. And gives you like a sarcastic pat on the chest.
Dude, if you don't blush, I'll blush for you. Jeez.
Gulbrand just kind of like, he does this number. And he's like, I forgot what's... I'm gonna have to come back to that one. There's a joke about actually having peace and quiet now that I can't put together in an accent at the moment.
She'll also give you warning. It is important that you know, the giants here, they can walk through the walls, sink into the floors, climb through the structure of the canyon itself, as if it were air. They could emerge at any time, from any locations. It is important to always be on your guards.
That's fucked up.
Indeed. Makes going to piss very difficult.
Fair enough.
Alright.
So they have a guard, like a watch that makes rounds?
Sometimes, more typically, they leave us to our spaces, but they will be posted in chambers throughout. Some as guards, some are just spaces in which they inhabit, where they eat, where they bathe, where they choose to practice their crafts.
Can you get us to the prisoner we discussed?
He's is in the back of the chambers, but I believe we can do so.
Without crossing any giants, or at least crossing rooms you know that are posted.
She shakes her head. It would be impossible to know which rooms are occupied.
Cool.
The good news is, we are not far from one segment of the tribe. Actually, a few. And if you look at your map real quick, you guys are down here in this little cavern on the far southeast. She tells you that the nearest group of barbarians is through the tunnel closest to us. They are in the first chamber there. There's another one on the chamber across, but you have to make your way through some spaces that may be occupied.
And the bird gets a longer chance to snack on this.
Correct. But there may be interesting finds in its nest if you were to choose to dare it.
I feel like Uthgarth really wants us to fight this fucking rock.
Damn right, Sonny. One more thing. These are 10-foot squares. So for the purposes of this, movement and abilities like that, movement will be as, 10-foot squares. The scale, you guys occupy a full square. Giants will occupy 3 by 3 as they're huge creatures, etc., etc. So everything in this place, every thing that is not used by the barbarians is giant in scale. Right. She asks you, where to first?
Allies.
Probably
Very
best.
wise. Can I get a marching order?
So I'm thinking Tally and Gulbrand for Tally's perception and Gulbrand's tank. And then Bergen or Davos in the back if one of you are amendable to having a high hit point in the back. And then I don't think the middle matters as much. A high AC
When
in
I
the
lack
back.
in
Sorry.
hit points, I make up for an AC.
Yeah, I'm in AC. I'm sorry. Preferably, I guess whoever
Something like
doesn't go
that.
in the back needs to go in the middle.
She will do something that you've seen Gulbrand do just recently, and speak to the bears. And Gulbrand, you will understand, as well as Tally, because he speaks Sylvan. She will tell them to wait in this chambers. If we come against giants, I do not want them to eliminate you. Protect your youngs. We will come for you before we leaves. And you guys set forth.
Gulbrand feeds him some elderberries before he leaves.
Very sweet.
Gulbrand is an
you're-
elderberry.
That's not the right good berry. I feed him a good berry.
Your father smelled of elderberries, and your mother was a hamster. You guys exit onto this very sharp embankment. You're on a very sloped hillside, very grassy, very slick, almost precarious if it were to be wet. Thankfully, you guys are in the late afternoon. There's no dew or anything, and the weather has been, while somewhat cloudy, nothing that you would have to worry about through that. But she guides you along the mountainside to the first chamber. And now that you're a little closer, you see these statues of the stone giants, and you realize they're not statues. They're corpses.
Mummified.
They are... They're
Yeah.
literally just previous... She tells you, these are the Thanes. They're leaders of the past, preserved for all eternities. It's creepy as shit if you ask me. Don't know why you wouldn't bury them. They can walk in stone, but bury them in stone? No, too fucking much work. She guides you into the first area. Bloop.
Wish
And
Tally
you-
was here.
Yeah, same. She leads you to the closest cave, which follows a passage that leads up to 3 10-foot ledges that have well-worn handholds, which you manage to ascend without issue. As you come to the third ledge, however... Bloop, 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 bloop. Sorry, the rooms here are all very weirdly shaped, so I've got to, do a
While
little
you're
bit of
doing
stuff.
that, I want to verbalize before I forget. The thing I would have told Tally is that Gulbrand thinks there could be artifacts amongst the corpses, or that they could take a part of one of the corpses as an artifact. So throwing that out there
Correct.
because Tally's not here for me to roleplay it with. Y'all don't let me
No.
forget.
As you ascend the third handhole, you come to a cave engraved with maze-like patterns and whorls along the walls. The ceiling has numerous stalactites hanging from it, casting odd shadows from the torches that illuminate the chamber. You see a line of primitive bedrolls, and the familiar smell of beer fills the room. Several tall figures stand about the chamber and greet Hydia warmly and Bothii when she ascends. But as Gulbrand rises behind her, you hear audible gasps. As the rest of you climb the cliff, you see 7 Uthgard barbarians, clad in various furs, but all adorned with tattoos that, while they vary from individual to individual, they're familiar to Hydia's and Gulbrand's. Some seem to have been eating, sharpening weapons, or standing watch, but all stare dumbfounded at Gulbrand, whose alabaster form seems to swell as he meets their collective gaze.
I like to think Gulbrand doesn't even acknowledge. He continues to follow Hydia or go down into the room and greet whoever's if that makes sense.
Yeah.
He
Hydia stops and says, in Bothii, witness the returns of the Starkeeper, Gulbrand. He has returned to us to aid us, as we find ourselves under the thumbs of giants, our sworn enemies. By his sights and our axes, we shall liberate ourselves from Kayalithica's false alliance, and join the Strong Keeper's newly conquered tribes. Whispers murmur through the Uthgards, before an elderly woman steps forward, hunched in her years, but still nearly 6 feet tall. Dark, reddish-brown hair, pulled back with thick white war paint. Tattoos of... Oh, fuck, my page jumped. Tattoos of... 4 large fangs arise above and below her mouth, and she's adorned with weaponry and jewelry made from bones, teeth, and immense talons. Her wrinkled brow furrows as she squints at Gulbrand before speaking.
Is this
I'm gonna
Griselda?
drop it in your chat.
I'm very proud of Hydia. Devin had prepared Gulbrand to say pretty much all those things.
And you hear her say, and most of this is in Bothii, but she'll change. I'll let you know when she changes. And she says, "Ha! I knew you'd make it back. Those I'll admit, I thought the rocks might make you dinner once you got here. Welcome's home, Gulbrand. Now get us out of this oversized ditch.
It wasn't so scarce. We're working on it. We're here for the things that we must retrieve. It is imperative that we get a hold of it. It does not mean that the tribe has to continue to endanger itself to help us, but not giving us away to the giants would be fucking helpful. He says pointedly to the room.
She laughs, and while you look around and see a few familiar faces, there are no notable members of the tribe within here. I will let you know when there's someone from your backstory past that you know. But some of these people you have fought with, some of these people you recognize as gatherers or crafters, and you realize that most of them do not look like warriors. And Griselda will tell you, I'm too old for this shit. I won't be fighting giants today. But I will be happy to keep your secrets.
To be honest, I'm amazed you're still alive.
It'll take more than a few giants and legionnaires to kill me. After all, I did slay the rocks. And she puffs out her chest a bit. And you guys see now she's wearing 2 pauldrons that are carved from the talons of one of these rocks. Absolutely immense. They go from her neck down to her elbow. And they don't even appear to be the full talon. Like, some of it had to be removed to fit her form. But she's, well, has you told them? Has you told them about
wouldn't even, try to rebuke. He just looks away, because she did kill that goddamn rock.
Yeah. Did she really, though?
Not the rock that you just saw.
Claws, they shed.
If you say that, fucks you.
Though she killed us in front of the tribes.
We ate it for weeks. It was fantastic. Tastes like chickens.
She was a Fang. She did not go out in rage as I did. She protected the tribe and apparently did a damn good job. She won't let anyone forget about it. It's the only reason she steals our fucking lives, despite.
She nods approving, yeah, that's all true. You do notice, now that he says Fang, her tattoos are of fangs. Gulbrand has tattoos of claws on his knuckles, as well as the constellation on his back that marks him as Starkeeper. But to the tribe, that is how you signify your station, by literally emblazoning it on yourself. Yeah, it's funny. While looking for Uthgar art, I accidentally pulled a picture of a Nora. And I'm like, wait, that's not right. Let me back up and delete that. But I thought that was kind of funny.
Do any of you know what's in the next chambers?
Griselda will say, do not bathe in that fucking mud. It'll turn you to a rock. It is possible that it is guarded. But beyond that, I know there is their treasure hoard, where they keep their goods, their spoils.
Beyond the next room?
The next room has the muds.
Oh,
the room beyond it.
Through the mud. Okay.
Yeah, the next room has the mud. Beyond that, there's another room that has their spoils. If you continue further, you can eventually come to some more of the tribe. But you can also go out this way and across the canyons to get over there as well.
Any idea on where the prisoner might be?
If you, in the very far backs, but on this side of the canyons. You will have to cross much, and as this place is constructed, there are many ways to get there.
So we have to go a lot deeper into the canyon itself?
Correct, yeah.
That's what I mean by the back?
Yeah. Yeah, and she points deeper within the mountain when she does that. Hydia will say, if yous are looking for this conch, it may be with her spoils. I cannot say for sure if this is something she keeps privately, or if it will be with the rest of what they have hoarded. But it is something I figured I should mention.
What time of the day is it?
Afternoon, probably going on 5 o'clock-ish.
Okay, regardless, while conversation is going on he's not involved in, Gulbrand wants to do we have any jars? Does anybody have a jar? Gulbrand wants to go to this mud they're talking about, since she said it turns you into stone. Mm-hmm. He wants to try to take a sample of it with something he thinks.
If you're having problems in the bedroom, It happens to the best of us. Kraken.
I like to see.
I had to go get some after we were talking about it the other day.
I just picture
Um,
Davos hitting from his flask, saying that to Gulbrand while he's over here like trying to figure out how to scoop this mud up.
Gulbrand takes his flask to fill with the mud. No, no. She tells you, be careful. Do you want to proceed into the next chamber?
Yeah.
After gathering
Okay.
a sample, Gulbrand would say to Davos,
Well,
"Look,
well,
all
you
of us-
haven't
look,
you
all
haven't
of
collected any sample yet, son.
Sad face.
We
Those
haven't even
also
seen the
have
rooms.
Magics takes care of ours deficiencies, bards.
Wow. It's getting hateful over here.
One must merely use the tools that the gods have blessed him with.
As you come into this next space, 3 fossilized stone giants stand in alcoves along the south wall of this cave, the floor of which gently slopes down a 70-foot wide, 20 feet deep pool of reddish mud which emits a foul odor. Natural light illuminates a rising tunnel to the northwest that leads to a high ledge overlooking the canyon. And now that we're in the dungeon, you guys can take over moving yourselves.
I was very confused. I thought the mud was here.
No,
Can we,
that's
tell
just
if
an
the mud
empty space.
Is the mud enchanted?
You'd have to get closer and make a check.
So if if we're staying in initiative order, when the front line gets here, marching order, can Tally make a perception check, or do you want Gulbrand to make it?
And keep in mind, you're 30 feet away at that point. So you can...
I'm looking in the room. Whoever you want. To
Oh,
make the
yeah.
check is
Make
looking
a
in the
perception
room.
check. Yeah.
Tally can do it.
Yeah, either one of you.
Okay.
That's why you put him in the front, yeah.
Yeah, good point. We're still in a marching order.
21. All right. So, you come in, and the mud itself is very thick. It bubbles very, intermittently, almost as if it's heated somehow. But it looks, other than the odd color and the weird smell, it looks like normal mud.
He doesn't see any giants in the room.
No, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Gulbrand will approach up to, I guess, right here. He doesn't want to be. Oh, he don't want to be able to touch it yet. He wants to look at it.
Okay.
Nah, he'll walk up to the edge of it. Gulbrand,
Okay.
Mama didn't raise no bitch.
As Gulbrand steps forward, I imagine the rest of you are following suit, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Tally gonna come with him.
Okay. As Gulbrand steps forward, sort of leading this, emerging from the wall, you see a towering figure. Muscular, bald, very fierce looking. As a stone giant emerges from the wall just to your side and shoves Gulbrand. Gulbrand, make either an athletics or an acrobatics check. Chalk. Oh, he rolled like shit, so there's good news there.
Oh well, it's okay. This happened to Dimitri. Not
Throwback.
this, but I guess you can get pushed. I'm sorry, I'm looking for acrobatics or.
I remember
don't have
pulling your
advantage 'cause I'm
statue
not
out of it.
rating. Sucked. It was a 9. I rolled a
Oh, that's a 9 total?
Yeah, I rolled a 2. Not raging sad face.
He beat you. You watch as this giant shoves Gulbrand very hard from the back, shocking all of you. And as he does, Gulbrand falls forward into this mud and sinks 5 feet into it, up to probably about his chest on his height. And while he's not very far in, I would say maybe... Oh, I'm on the GM layer. Probably only in that first square there. It is very deep, and you watch as the bit of skin right above the surface begins to turn gray a bit and harden. And with that, my dudes, we're going to go ahead and roll for initiative.
I like Future Gulbrand's just like, Fox!
Fox! We roll for Hydia's. Did not roll as well.
I'm going to skins the fucking giants when I get out of these fucking muds.
Do we still have that rope?
Yeah.
That
Yeah, use
30,
tally.
that
17.
magic Automatic climbing rope, whatever.
Yeah.
We have an automatic climbing rope?
A climbing rope, yeah. Which is funny. I just saw it in campaign 3, which I thought was. I'm seeing a bunch of things that I'm like,
is
I
it
have
the
that in my
same
game.
wood?
I have that. Yeah, it's a rope
Okay.
of climbing. It's a standard D&D magical item. Let me also get some tunes on here because
See, I'd never heard of it same till campaign 3. I didn't realize it was the same thing.
Bloop.
I like drift clubs. Personal favorite uncommon magical item.
Drift
You're never getting one. Fuck you.
Yeah, they make light. Good for like martial characters to make light and shit.
I'll also give you guys an image of one of these stone giants, just so you can get an idea of what they look like.
God, they're terrifying. They're the
they are
scariest
pretty-
giant to me.
Yeah, where the hill giants were immense and fat, these are like scary muscular. Like picture like African tribes
fucking
people,
bodies.
like very trim and fit, but like 25 feet tall. Absolutely fucking terrifying.
Picture that that orc from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, a little bigger, but yeah.
Yeah, they're like Dragon Ball Z characters almost. Like, God, they are jacked. They're Gulbrand jacked. That's
Jeez.
great.
All right, I do have a couple of. I have
I mean,
Zat
if you
and
were
Valk
gonna
on here.
pick one of the giants that would be more jacked, it is fitting to be a stone giant.
Yeah, right? I mean, abs of stone. All right. Taliband has just seen Gulbrand get pushed into this mud and begin to sink into it, and gathers that he is going to continue sinking. And Gulbrand has not hit the bottom. What does Telly do?
Did Devil say anything out loud about the rope?
Hell yeah, get the rope. Like,
Yeah, he could say that as a free action as we're starting. Like he sees the giant coming out and the shove and like, fuck, get the rope!
yep, exactly.
What do we got,
All right,
boys?
so because technically Tally, and I don't know if you care about this kind of thing, but technically Tally's carrying the bag.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so
Just all the more fitting that he goes first.
yeah, or that if I don't know, I didn't know if he was gonna let Brandon get
No,
out
that's
or
cool.
not, but yeah, he's gonna get the rope out. He's I guess he's gonna throw it to Gulbrand. If that does that take a check or anything?
I think we'll say it's an action to get it out of the bag. Let me double check.
Okay.
Well, correction. We'll say it's a bonus action to get it out because you just have to reach in and think of it. You don't have to search. And it is an action to use the rope, which extends it. But he can just, well,
Tell
yeah.
him to go out 30 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
He'll use it.
the rope immediately stretches 30 feet, which doesn't cross the entire pit. But it's actually 60 feet. I was wrong. So 6 squares. So it gets most of the way to the other wall, but does not quite get all the way there. Telly says, well, grab on, and turns to face the giant. Unless he wants to do anything with his movement.
If he moves out of the way, he's gonna get hit. He will move as far, like, I guess that still doesn't leave their range. I
Correct,
guess,
yeah.
not
And the rest of the party is kinda-
But
yeah,
he's gonna
the
try
rest-
to go that way.
And these guys here.
That's about 3 squares. That's all he can move. So he's gonna stick right there and try to move towards the group.
Cool. All right,
Can't do anything
Gulbrand.
else. Gulbrand, can I grab the rope?
Yeah, you can grab the rope. You're technically restrained. Make a... Oh, no, that's if you're fully emerged. Excuse me. Technically, at the start of your turn, you sink 1d4 more feet.
So much more awesome.
Lucky for you, it was a fucking 1. Because you're only like 7 feet tall, so 2 of those would be it. So you sink a bit more, like up to your neck, but your arms are still kind of out. And you grab onto the rope. You'll probably have to use your action to pull yourself out. And then half your movement to stand up. But you can get out.
I can get out. So restraint says I can't benefit. My speed becomes 0, and I can't benefit from any bonus to its attack speed. Does that mean that my movement speed is 0? Like I can't move, or is my action going to allow me to?
Your action is you pulling yourself out, so you're good there.
Okay. Strength check.
No, you're good.
Oh, okay. Gulbrand's gonna hang on to that fucking rope. Okay, no rolls or anything. I guess he's gonna move as far as he can move, crawling. Using the rope to like
Yeah.
shimmy his way out.
It's difficult terrain, so you use You use 10 feet of movement to get out, and then you have to use another 15 to stand, because you have to use half your movement to stand. So you still have 5 feet of movement. Oh, you have a little more, because you're a Goliath, but...
Yeah, 45 speed. If he can get close enough to... In order, he's going to bonus action Starry form and throw his javelin, and he's going to get within melee of the giant.
Okay.
I'm too old for this fucking shit.
You can move yourself. Go on, bitch.
I will do that in just a second. Let me get this roll out of the way so you ain't waiting on me. It's a 15 hit before he moves within range.
It does not. Alright.
Way too fucking old for this shit. So get his axe out and get ready.
And that brings us to Davos. What do you do, my dude?
I'm gonna run up on this fool. Let's see, 10, 20, 30.
Yes, sir?
That wasn't scared.
I will say the rest of the tribe are kind of pulling back, not wanting to enter the open conflict.
It's just the one, right? So far?
Yes, sir.
Anyway.
Yes, sir. Famous last words.
It's great.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna run up on him.
Get him.
Gonna pull that light of Lathander.
Ooh, yeah. Blind his ass. Oh, okay. So DC 12. It's a con save. They're pretty stout. Let's see. What's his con?
Devo's like the fucking Men in Black over here. Just pow! Jumps out of the wall.
He does not fail. He does take half the damage, so he'll take 4 radiant damage. But he is not blinded.
He's not blinded.
Correct.
So he failed the check.
No,
Not
he passed
blind.
the check.
Oh, okay. That's why I was
Yeah.
confused. I'm like, okay. So he just took some damage, and I will hit him with that rapier, bruh.
Get him. Stab him in the ass.
26.
Nat 20 off the bat. Get it. All right, yeah, roll some damage, dude. 10 plus 3, 13. Okay.
And I'm going to Divine Smite.
Stack it.
To me.
I'm trying to see where it is on my sheet here on the computer. Versus
So you technically should get to roll 4d8. 2d8,
I
right,
do
Joey?
a first spell slot, yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, you have spell slots because you're a bard. Is that a thing?
Yep.
Well,
Can
paladins have spell slots too. Some
That's
smites
true.
cost spell slots. I think
Yeah.
it's just divine smite. That's the innate one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do first spell slot. I can't find
Get
it
it.
on my sheet. 4d8.
Get it?
Alright.
Hmm.
Jeez, bro.
26. That is a solid roll, dude.
Damn.
That's higher than you rolled the entire last session.
Bro, you ain't lying about that. There's
26.
another thing when I think I'll save it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll save it. I think I can heal when I divine smite. I'm trying to hurry up and look for it. Yeah, I can't find it. I won't hold it up. All right. That'll be it.
Give me 1 second. I've got to just drop something here.
Or
Okay.
you know what? No, I think bonus action is I can do the blade flourish and cause even more damage.
You do you, man.
All right. Once again, I'm trying to find it on this sheet.
Should be under your bonus action tab, if nothing else.
Because the innate one is not a bonus action.
Oh yeah, the smite's just a free pop.
Yeah.
You
Spend
hit,
the spell
you-
slot, do
bam.
the thing. Julie, do the thing.
I'm gonna do mobile flourish. So I'm
Okay.
gonna use 1 bardic inspiration. It deals extra damage to the number I roll on the die. I can also push the target up to 5 feet plus the number rolled. And then I can use my reaction to move up to my walking speed.
Is there a size stipulation on that? Like,
It doesn't say. It also doesn't say
Okay.
that there's a check. Let me.
can you drop it in chat?
Spend some inspiration dice.
Yeah, this is his College of Swords thing.
Swords, yeah. Neat. Push him in the mud. Gulbrand gonna try and throw him in the mud.
Let's see if I can find anything else on it. Like, I thought there might have been a check.
Since he is a huge creature and 2 sizes larger than you, I'm going to say he moves half of the distance instead of the full distance.
Okay.
So 5 plus whatever you roll. So roll a, what is that, a D6, a D8 for you now?
Let me see. A D6.
Cool, cool.
Oh, I forgot it scales.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, well. Okay,
So he
well, you
doesn't
managed to push him 3 feet. Bloop. And do an extra, ping him for an extra damage. Bloop, bloop. All right. Anything else for Davos?
That is it.
Okay. Bergeen, what you got?
Gonna spiritual weapon, like, oops, not right there, like, right here.
Right there between Gulbrand and
Tally.
yeah, solid. Okay. Oh, I thought of this the other day, and I should have had it ready. Go ahead and roll for your damage and stuff.
Do you want to use the end of it to close the gap? It says that you can move within 5. You can move up to your walking speed to an unoccupied space within 5 feet of the target. So if you wish, you can follow him after that push. It's kind of neat.
Oh. All right.
And that goes
23, solid, yeah, and 12 force damage. That's a pretty solid hit. Excellent. What you got for your action?
yeah, fuck it. Can I fit up in there and get up in his face?
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
no,
you
I
can-
don't have to. I got a shooting mace.
You do, and he's tall as shit, so there's no like cover or anything. You can just blast him.
Oh, blasted.
It's funny where he's standing. His leg is in the wall, and that's kind of fitting because he's still like half in this wall. Like, 12 does not hit, unfortunately. Like solid effort from the. Any movement, my dude.
Nah.
Okay, that
Sure.
brings us to the stone giant.
Oh,
And you guys also notice something a little terrifying. Another one emerges from the floor behind you. That reset my
I
initiative.
knew it.
yeah.
Not behind you, but behind him. Let me pop him out of the floor.
Him.
Yeah, he was apparently guarding the next room, but upon hearing the conflict, is beginning to draw near. Bloop, bloop. It's not his turn yet, and it won't be his turn on this next one. He's just, this is the sort of the, instead of doing this at the top of the round, I'm just going to do it on his turn. All right, so he's got some shit that he's going to do. He is going to, you're right there. He almost wants to push you, but I think he is going to try to whack on you guys a bit. Gulbrand, you got 2 club attacks coming at you.
Oh, boys.
Come on, whack me off.
Both of those hit. That's a 21 and a 26. Gulbrand, take
Will hurt.
38 bludgeoning damage.
Alright.
Yeah, these boys
Ouch.
hit hard, and they've got friends. You are sort of in their crib. All right. He will try to move, seeing that he's sort of being surrounded. He's actually gonna disappear into the stone, and he pops up behind you guys, causing a bit of panic in the chamber behind you. While these are warriors, or while these are barbarians, again, many of them are not warriors and are not ready for this type of conflict. And with that, we're going to go to Hydia. Devin, will you run Hydia?
Mm-hmm.
And then Davos, do you mind to run Tally?
I do not mind.
Cool, thank you. All right. What's Hydia going to do?
Hydia gonna do what Hydia do. So she's gonna rage as a bonus action.
Cool.
Right off the bat. And then she's gonna move in and attack, because that's what this barbarian does. She can't do 3 attacks this round, which kind of sucks, because I had to rage. Come on.
No, she had to rage.
Same thing in this particular combat. So there's first one and second one.
Second one hits. Things it for the 6. Anything else you got?
Is that, I think that's 8 total, because she's a level 5 barbarian.
Oh,
of the rage.
yes. Thank you for reminding me.
No, yes, she can't really do anything else. We mark this rage. That she's going to.
What's
do
her
a
hit
start
points
battle
enough?
cry.
Yeah. Cower and witness your chieftains.
Huh?
What?
It's like-
What's her hit point total? And I'll.
I can actually do it on the character sheet if I claim it, if that's easier for you.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
six-
that's right. I did leave that
16
one
total.
unclaimed. Go ahead. Yeah. No, that's totally cool. And we come back around to Tally. Davos, what's Tally do?
He's gonna do some Hunter's Mark.
On the one that you guys have been fighting?
Yes.
Cool.
And then he gets 2 attacks. Is that how it works?
Yes, sir. Yeah, he gets an attack action and a bonus action. There should be 2 different items on his thing.
Alright, here's the first Kai Karim.
22 hits.
And the second.
He does get sneak attack damage.
Big
Solid.
Tally energy rolls a 1 on damage and gets 8 damage.
Isn't it nice? Fucking rogues, man. Psychic
I respect
rogues,
the
I mean.
optimization of Desmond's character. Like, he was like, I want to do these things really well, and he does.
You're right, though. Go ahead and roll for
And-
sneak attack.
Is it plugged in somewhere here? Do you know?
Bonus action.
It should be...
Or- it is somewhere.
It should be, but
Okay,
I don't know
maybe
exactly where it
it's-
is.
but
Hey, I've
alright,
got it pulled up. I'll look. Did you find it?
I got it. Sneak attack.
Solid! That's a 5. Alright, so that plus your Hunter's Mark damage. So that's 16. Woo! Man, I'm gonna have to make
what?
some things.
20, 31.
Oh, I've already counted your 20 from the 2 hits. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whew. I was like, if he took half damage, we are in trouble.
They have a thing where they... Well, never mind.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you know,
From
sir.
psychic damage, I don't know, but I
Yeah,
figured
yeah.
they had.
He's like, yeah, of course. Like, of course there'd be more bad shit.
Cool. He's looking pretty roughed up. As we turn to Gulbrand, unless
This-
Tally wants to move or anything. Gotcha.
Where's the second one?
He's on the northern end of this passage. I don't know if you can see. He's coming in right up here.
Okay, there he is. All right. Will maybe go right here. Is Gulbrand out?
Of the mud, yes, sir. Yeah.
Did he use the rope?
All right, I got good visual
Oh.
on both. All right, I just moved 10 to the left or north. That's it.
Cool.
Done.
Oh, fuck. Oh. I was gonna try to pull that bastard, but I forgot that's a reaction to do when he hits me. Gulbrand can move 4 squares, so I don't think he can reach the giant that just appeared.
Not with the melee attack, no, sir. You can go for and prepare an action, or you can do a ranged. I guess you could technically do the ranged bonus action and then hold your action.
So I guess this makes the most sense, even canonically to me. He will charge him as far as he can go his 4 squares, and he will rage as a bonus action, and if he can, he'll ready his action to just smack him when he gets within range.
Okay. Go ahead and move where you want, and help me remember when he gets closer that you're gonna pop him.
So can I move there or there?
Either or.
I guess I'll go there. Since I'm raging.
Sweet.
He's gonna
Right, so
see
go-
that Hydia's got that one that's hurt, and he's gonna be like, "All right, my turn."
She's can handle herself.
Yes. She gets
Davos
one, she gets-
comes to you. This giant has just disappeared into the wall in front of you and emerged behind you. What do you do?
Fuck it
I'm
up.
gonna run after him, and whatever
Get 'em.
the half-elf Faerun paladin equivalent of Kamehameha is, that's what I'm gonna say as I run up and rapier him again.
Get him.
Kamehamehas with a fucking rapier.
Kamehameha with a sword?
Called
Okay.
it.
This is some anime shit, but alright. Yeah, get him. Roll some damage.
For 12 damage, and
It's pretty rough.
that is probably it. Yep. Let me double check real quick.
See what
Nope,
happens when
That's it.
we
That's
all
it.
say Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, I meant to tell you guys this at the start of the game. Be sure to check your reactions, your tab, because some of you have some stuff that I haven't seen you use in a minute, and I think that might help, like, just as shit goes down.
Because those can
So.
be used at any time, other
Other
than
than-
you get one around.
Yeah,
Uh,
and yeah, other than your turn. All right. If that's all for Davos, we go back to Bergeen, where this guy has gotten uncomfortably close to you. What'd you do?
Oh,
Hit him with the nuts.
Please do.
I like the new mace icon, by the way. That's That's fucking.
Yeah. I need to
Wonderful.
save it so I don't have to waste time pulling it out.
How far can I move? Let me check. I think I can move 30 feet.
Yeah, so 3 squares on this map.
Alright, as a bonus action, I'm gonna have it move over this way to help back up Gulbrand.
Okay.
And
1, 2,
then
3.
for an action, I'm just actually will take a step back this way and then take a shot
Okay.
at this
If you
guy.
take a step back, he's going to try to swing at you as an
Oh,
opportunity
am I
attack.
in his? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
Hey, big.
What
You
the
can
fuck?
you can do it if
Yeah,
you want
I'm just
to. I'm just
gonna-
going to give you a
No,
fair
I'm
warning.
just gonna take
Okay.
a swing. Yeah.
Get him. Pop him.
I like the picture. It can still be
22.
all magically and stuff. It just doesn't have to travel as far.
Yeah, roll some damage.
No, that did not roll damage. Okay.
6 solid. All right, he is in the critical territory. He's looking rough. And it comes to, I'm sorry, anything else for Bergen?
No, that's
Okay. As we come to his turn, he's realizing that he's sort of backed into a rock, between a rock and a hard place. Wow.
So bad.
I
So
didn't mean
bad.
to
Sorry
either.
about
Like I
me.
said it,
That's
and
why
I was like,
mad, 'cause it was so natural.
Okay. Anyhow, he's gonna try to go. We'll say, Bergen just popped him. Davos just popped him. He's gonna send a swing to each of you. This one's for this one was for Bergen. Is your armor class 18 or higher?
no, yeah, it's 17, so that exceeds by 1.
That hits both of you then. Both of you take 19 damage as he just lays into you with this really dense and heavy
I'm sorry, you
club.
cut out. It sounded like you said I take 19 damage.
Yeah. Surely not.
Well,
Alright.
as a reaction, I can hit him when he hits
You
me
can!
with a melee attack. So here's that swing.
Oh,
That's
And
dope.
That missed because of the 19 damage. I was like,
yeah, didn't quite. Yeah, you're like, oh yeah, I could do this thing. Oh fuck. All right, but solid effort, and you could do that every turn. So I mean, that's fucking free damage.
all right.
It's
I mean,
free real estate.
Free real estate.
Yes, exactly. All right, as he ends, it's the second giant's turn. 5, 10, or I'm sorry, 10,
get some.
20,
Knock me
30.
down.
He gets in your space, so you get the opportunity attack or the
Hey.
prepared attack.
I don't get both of them though, right? Question
You
mark?
do, because it's your
Just an
action that you're
attack
using.
action? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
What you got?
Ooh.
That one hits. Roll some damage. Solid. You ping him down a bit.
That's technically 10 because
10. Thank you
Okay,
for
my
reminding
bad.
me. Yes.
A bit. It was a bit.
Just a tad.
Goldbrand's not
Um,
feeling great. He is definitely. Yeah, he's definitely bloodied.
He's not feeling great. You
Yeah.
say. Well, I got bad news.
Here it comes.
This one, I'm almost tempted to have him show off some of his fun shit.
Wait, are
but-
you really bloodied?
Yeah, I think he took 38 damage or some shit his first.
From the pit?
hit.
I wasn't raging either.
This one's actually going to do something different.
I was missing
Um,
7 hit points.
He comes up and you immediately just lay into him, and he furrows his brow a bit, and you watch as his skin like almost crystallizes, like it becomes the rock on it like becomes a little more jagged and spiky and thicker as he casts stone skin on himself. And you would gather, although he doesn't do it, it doesn't happen retroactively, that he has resistance to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage,
Good thing
which
my
means he
axe
takes
is
half
magical.
damage
Fuck
for
yeah.
all those things.
Oh,
Yeah, non-magical.
excuse me.
All right, Rick. Let me check that one more time. Non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. Yeah. I'm
Okay.
gonna put a little thing on him.
Thought he was gonna
Boop,
fuck
boop,
me up.
boop. I need.
He's still white, I guess.
I don't have a good one for this one. I guess that'll do. All right. And that brings us to Hydia, however the fuck Devin wants to say her name
I
this time.
don't know. Yeah, tell me about it. I don't know enough about her her name origin to know which one it's supposed to be. She's gonna take 3 swings. She gives her
Get it?
attack action and her bonus action. And she's gonna try, I guess, kill this bitch. She's pissed. This one looks like it's about to die. She's been
Swing.
wanting to do this for months, so she's just gonna do the thing. First swing.
Hits.
Second swing. I was
Roll damage for this before you do your bonus action.
Okay. Oof. So
Okay, roll your bonus
6
action.
total 6 total, technically. Oh. So this will get...
Yeah! Don't even roll damage.
Oh.
You guys watch as Hydia just becomes absolutely furious. I mean, her similar to Gulbrand, while she doesn't sniff bloodweed, the veins in her neck pop. Her eyes become a little bloodshot. Her teeth are bared. Her muscles are flexed, and she just lays into this giant with 3 solid smacks and cleaves off a leg. And this giant falls, and while trying to grab its leg, bleeds out this thick tar-like blood and collapses. And you hear a mighty yell as these tribesmen see their chieftain take down their oppressor, and they are fucking here for it. They are all about it. I imagine if she had taken damage, she would get a little HP boost, but that's okay. Little not serotonin, adrenaline. All right. Unless she wants to move, we're gonna go ahead and move to Tally.
I guess she'll go. Does she know about the other giant? I guess she can't see it.
She saw you going after, and she knows enough about them to know there's more than one, around.
No, yeah, she can only move. I'm sorry, 44 squares. Oh, I can't move her. She'll move 4 squares towards the giant.
Oh, thank you for saying that. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Take off, run in that direction.
She comes around to see you facing down this one by yourself and goes, "That's my fucking husband." Let me do one thing real quick. Oh, but they... All right. You guys turn your attention now that this one has fallen to the other giant further in the cavern, and you watch as through the wall another stone giant emerges. This one fresh and eager and looking very happy to see something to do, something to crush. He is partially in the mud, and you notice that his legs sink a bit into it, but he does not petrify. And with that, we're going to go to Taliband.
Alright, bonus action was... I'm going to move the Hunter's Mark to... the one
Red
that
boy
just
or
came out
blue
of the
boy?
mud.
Red boy?
We can't see his dot.
Yeah, I
I
don't...
Oh, I'm sorry.
But yes.
It's just out of the... just in the hidden part. That's funny. Okay, Hunter's Mark. And roll some shit.
Do it.
Alright. That was his bonus action. What you got for some actions?
Cock-a-rim on Red Boy.
Get him.
Looking. Alright, there we go.
Oh,
I'm guessing that
Solid. Alright, there's some tally numbers.
roll sneak attack twice, because the crit.
Thank you for that.
Alright, so 4d6.
Mm-hmm.
17, 30, 34.
Oh my god.
Did apply Hunter's Mark?
I love it.
Does his second attack, is that an attack, or that's his bonus action that we always use for that?
That's his bonus action. So
Okay.
he doesn't get to use that because you did the
Right.
Hunter's Mark
Right.
thing. But solid.
That's wild.
39 damage. Like,
That'll do.
tally coming in, guns blazing.
And he yells
Smooth
out, "Watch
tally."
out, Gulbrand!
What? One more time?
Watch out, Gulbrand!"
Damn right, yeah. All right. With that, Gulbrand, what you got?
Gulbrand's not terribly scared. He has the Holy Man's shiny mace full of things next to him. Alright, so both of them are in range. That really sucks. I guess I'm just going to swing on blue because it...
I'm an atheist, but he believes his god is tough as shit, so fuck yous. I guess you're not an atheist.
Yeah, I'm gonna take 2 attacks. Swings on blue. Gross.
Only the second one hits.
11 damage total. I
To
can't.
to blue boy, yeah.
Yeah.
It is magical, so it does the full damage. All right.
I can't really throw. I'm just gonna throw my javelin at him. It's gonna be at disadvantage.
No, sir.
Okay. If I move, I'm gonna get dicked.
Yeah, you're between two stone giants. You are basically that meme of the petite white girl on the black couch and all the black men behind her. Yeah, that's you.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah. Guess he's gonna wait.
Between The Rock and Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
If he goes down, Hydia can pick it up for a second.
Davos, what you got?
Can I touch Gulbrand? You know, intimately?
Later.
Maybe it's if you ask my wife's.
I was gonna say
guess,
something, but I'll bite my
the
tongue.
The real question is, can I reach him enough to be able to touch him?
1, 2, 3. Technically, you can get here. This giant isn't technically in this space anyway. I moved him just a bit. He's about there, but y'all couldn't see his thing earlier, so I moved him back. So yeah, I would say you could get to that square close enough to touch him.
All right. I'm going to run to Gulbrand as I'm doing that. Bonus action will be Shield of Faith. Give him 2 AC, I believe.
Solid.
That is much
Plus 2 AC. And then as I get to him, I touch him on the closest body part available.
This
No
dick.
shame. Please let it be. And give him 15 hit points from my Lay of Hands pool.
Oh.
Solid. Healed him and gave him a shield. Fuck.
Damn. It's pretty clutch.
We
This
need more
just
paladins.
paladin thing. Just more paladin thing, yeah.
Anything else for Sir Davos?
That is it.
Davos rushes forward and lays his both hands, I imagine, on Gulbrand's shoulders as he's facing away. And Gulbrand, you just feel this energy pulsate through you. You're watching some of your cuts
Why does
mend.
everything sound so gay?
Well, it's not my fault. You're the one who wanted to touch him intimately. And as the light pours through you, you see it leaves a bit. It remains, and this residue of like these ethereal armor, the armor of God, if you will,
Actual armor. So
clings to you. Bargeen, what you got?
Alright, so the mace is going to take a swing at the red guy, I believe.
Get him. That do pop. Roll some damage.
I was
What
thinking
the-
about that earlier.
I forgot you took 40 some odd damage from Talon.
I think it's funny, yeah. Like I was laughing earlier, this guy stepped out of the wall into a spiritual weapon, a bunch of daggers, and now Bergen's
Just getting fucking wailed. All right, what you got for your action?
Action. How many points was that for? Did 15? Was that how much you healed him for earlier?
That's how much I was healed for, yes.
Yes, sir.
Alright. I'm going to hit him with not the touch one, but this one.
Killing word. Yeah, see, and you rolled a 1 and it's still a fuck ton of healing. I love life.
Davos, if you will mark, by the way, you are concentrating on Shield of Faith.
Wow. Preach.
A 1 still heals 8 points.
Yes, it's great.
Clerks. All right. Anything else for Bergeen?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. That brings us to Stone Giant number 1. With his new stone skin. He's going to wail on Devin.
Hey.
An 18 and a 19.
Yeah, buddy.
So it's halved.
So it's 19 damage?
Yeah, 19 bludgeoning damage.
Cute.
Took back all that health you just got back, but that's okay.
Well, I will go ahead and use my
Without it, it would've-
reaction.
Probably went down.
No, yeah, well, I wouldn't. No, I'm not gonna do it this round. I'm gonna wait. 19 damage. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have went down. But I'm not feeling.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been feeling good. I'm just
Gulbrand
now
has like
back
80
to-
something hit points.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I was gonna
after
say.
I get hit again, I'll be bloodied. I'm like a point or two away.
All right.
I
So
appreciate y'all.
he wastes both his smacks on you. Giant B, he's gonna wade a bit through this mud. 1, 2. Gulbrand, you're gonna get an opportunity attack.
Wait, just a second.
Would
Which
I? as
one just
well?
hit me? Did red just hit me?
The
I
Oh,
use
yeah,
blue
don't
hit
forget,
you.
You get 2+2 to your AC.
I don't think
Still
it helps him
would've
for
both
that
hit,
one
yeah.
because it was an
It's like a
18-19. Yeah.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't red that swung on him though. Fuck.
No, it was blue that hit you.
Do
You can
I
still
get an
use your reaction
opportunity?
if you want.
I want to use the.
He's
reaction.
still within your range. I don't think that's how it works, my dude.
Yeah, I know. He has to attack me. Whatever. Go ahead. Never mind. I'll attack him.
Um,
He said he gets the opportunity to attack when he moves away. Fuck
The-
him.
The giant wades through the mud a bit, seeing that his ally probably has Gulbrand occupied, and he's gonna go with a swing on Hydia and a swing on Davos. Davos, you've got the shiny. That is a oh god, how the fuck does math work? A 17 to hit Hydia, which does, and a 22 to hit Davos, which hits. Hydia takes 9 points. Davos, you take 19.
Davos, you take 19.
I know. Bitches hit hard. And with that, we come to
this
Hydia.
is split in half.
Chief Hydia's Moonmusk of the Blue Bears. What do you
Oh.
do?
Oh, can she hit that ones?
She can.
Oh yeah, she's just gonna carry all that rage and bloodlust and pent up anger right down the way and keep it chopping.
Get it? Yeah, she's still raging because she. Yeah, she
'Cause her attack
was
has
hit
just now come
and
back
has
around.
been.
Yeah.
Yeah,
First
that-
one, second one.
Both of
I'm
those
sorry.
meet. Or I'm sorry, the first one meets. Their armor class is 17.
I didn't mean
and,
to roll a third
second
one,
hits.
but
You're
it
fine.
happened.
You can. That's a thing for her.
But I didn't mean to roll it that soon. I was gonna wait like we did last time. That's
I got you.
22 damage,
Oh.
24 damage total. That's
24.
attacks.
Thank you, sir. He is now in the bloodied territory. Bonus action from Miss Hydia. Is that what you wanted to do? Was the third swing or?
Yeah, so that's what
Okay.
I would have done either way.
All right. And with that, we come to Taliband. What does Tally do in this sitch?
He's going to be Kakarim in it,
Get it.
Dagger, dagger.
and bonus attacking with the.
And he marked the red one, yeah? That's the one I marked, so I'm assuming so.
Yes.
Cool.
And here's
Solid.
Psychic Blades bonus action, or
Second one
No.
does not hit. We'll use that sneak attack damage because he is engaged. So 6 plus 9 is 15. All right.
Hunter's Mark. Or is that a bonus action?
Oh wait, it already did it. Sorry.
Oh, it,
It did the sneak attack, but it didn't do your Hunter's Mark.
So 1d6.
Solid.
yeah.
This guy's kind of terrified of Tally. He's just like carved just like a good bit out of him.
It's not
Um,
even his body either. It's all his brain.
That's fair. Like, what's the fucks is this? I'm built for the things hitting me from the outside. Anything else from Tally, movement or otherwise?
I think he's good.
Cool. Gulbrand. Oh.
I'll actually move 2 steps back.
Oh, cool.
So
I
that
don't know. You
way-
can move him.
Yeah.
All right. Devin, what's Gulbrand doing?
Gulbrand's gonna keep going on the stupid attack action. Keep. Wow.
Does not hit.
Wow.
Does not hit.
Mm,
Losing a little bit of steam.
I guess he's. Is that one that's out of my range now? Can I throw the javelin at him and not have disadvantage?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what he'll do. That's what Gulbrand does.
Meets. Roll some damage.
Since it's looking
Solid,
hurt.
solid. All right. That brings us to Davy boy.
I'm sorry with the
I'm guessing
jump
that
between.
did not hit.
Oh, I didn't see the roll. Yeah, unfortunately, no. Tries to do a stabby stab. No luck. What you got in that back pocket, Pally?
Some cool bonus action shit.
Yeah, I was just looking. It's a weak ass heal.
Hmm.
I'll do it to myself. Some healing word.
Perk it up.
For 3 points, yeah.
You know what? Lathander is looking down on you at this time. Roll one more time.
Alright. know if
I hate nat ones on heals.
You
That just
did
feels like
You did just
oh,
heal
oh.
someone else. I feel like that's a pretty solid thing for your god to be like, I got you this one time, bro.
Yeah, that's fair. There's other reasons that yeah. You know why your god is watching you. Yeah, take that 6 instead.
All right. And, let me
It's
make
picture
sure.
his Davos patting himself on the back.
Move.
He's like, good try. Missed, but that's all right.
Not gonna move. Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. All right, that brings us to Bergine. You're in the previous chamber, but you can see the one stone giant, and you know there's at least one more lurking around the corner. For now.
All right. Moving here. Gonna hit Gulbrand with.
It's a long dungeon, dude. If you need to conserve some stuff, like I'll make it at least another round, I think. Shit.
Yeah. There may be opportunities to rest, but that's a maybe.
Alright, well, I'm still gonna. Wow.
Solid. Nat 1, 12.
And then, bonus action. Mace is gonna take a swing on the red dude.
Who is that health to? Just so we make sure they get it.
Gulbrand.
Okay, cool. Did you get that, Dev?
Thank you.
Cool.
Good
All right,
shit.
mace to the red dude. Hits. Yeah, get it. Solid. All right. And that brings us to the two stony boys. Blue boy is going to swing both on Devon. If he doesn't hit either of these, you lose your rage. But that's not a
I
problem.
attacked something last round.
You didn't hit. Oh, no, you hit the red one. That's right, with the javelin. You're right. You missed both your axe swings, is what I
I
was
think I
thinking
just
of.
have to swing at something. I'll look that up.
Does a 16 hit you with the Shield of Faith?
It does. It meets.
Okay, so that's 2 hits. Take another 19 damage.
Okay.
And then Giant B is going to do the same thing. One on Davy, one on Hydia. Both of those for sure hit. Davy, 19. Hydia, 9.
Well, I'm pretty
Pop,
critical.
pop. Oh, and roll a con save for me. Davos. I should have had you do this last turn. In fact, roll 2 con saves. But this is a 19, so you have to beat a 19. Is that right? That's how that works, yeah.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, the Shield of Faith withers away as Davos gets smacked upside the head. But that's okay. You guys are actually doing pretty solid. Hydia, what you got?
Hydia's gonna keep going on the one that's in front of him. It's looking pretty hurt. I guess
Get
she's
him.
going for that second kill.
Yeah, she's
I
gonna
cast
take up
Familiar.
all the glory. An adorable familiar. I'll allow it. Boots wipes the board.
She would
Alright.
literally.
So that's 13 damage plus 8 more damage. 21 damage.
21 damage.
So
You watch as Hydia, just again, one to the knee, and as he comes down, goes for the neck and cleaves through. Doesn't decapitate him, cleaves through the torso, and he splits. And again, this dark, thick blood oozes out before he falls back and sinks into the Gorgon Mud. Damn. She looks over at you. Am I the one doing all the works here? Come on. And with that,
He has a
unless she
bad habit of
moves,
not finishing the job.
tells me about it.
Oh!
Taliban, what you got?
Let's see, he's got to be within
That's canon
60
for Gulbrand then.
feet, so 10, 20, 30. I guess bonus action, Hunter's Mark to Blue Boy.
Cool.
That will be 1d6. Then he will do his Kai Karim and Sneak Attack. If possible.
That does not hit.
Does he take Hunter's Mark damage either? Probably not.
He doesn't if you don't hit him, yeah.
Right.
Go ahead and roll this bonus action or do whatever else you want to do with your bonus action.
That was the bonus action, was the Hunter's Mark.
Oh, you're right, thank you.
This
Yeah.
turn.
Okay, so no luck there. But Gulbrand, what you got?
Alright, Gulbrand's gonna be.
You've just seen your wife kill not one but two stone giants. You need to step up your game.
Gulbrand's like vaguely slack-jawed, but also like trying to focus on fighting this giant.
Trying to
Um,
calm his
Roll, did
raging
you
erection.
finally kill one?
Yeah, yours is still like not even bloodied. He's looking fine.
Yeah,
Like you're like fucks.
He also had shimmery armors.
Not
He's gonna
anymore.
take- Perfect.
Oh, the giant. Yes,
Yeah,
the giant does
giant
have his
does.
slate armor.
Gulbrand's very distracted.
Actually, let me check. Is that a concentration? It is a concentration. I'm gonna have him roll. He doesn't hit either of those, but I'm gonna have him roll 2 con saves for your previous hits. He gets to add a good bit. 25 and a 16. I don't think your hits last time did more than 16. No, sir. Okay. So we're good
he's
there.
gonna take the disadvantage, of course. That's okay. They're strong.
Unfortunately, no purchase there. As we go to Davos. What you got?
Doing some guiding bolt.
Get him. 17. That meets with 11 damage. That's solid.
That's
Hang on. He has to make a con save. +5.
3 nat 1s on that damage.
Oh, he fails. You watch as your guiding bolt hits him in the chest, and his armor cracks and starts to crumble and fall off of him. His stone skin fades away.
I told you these children were tougher than they looks.
I don't think I can bonus action anything that's not a spell.
Okay. Any movement or anything, my dude?
No.
Bergeen, what you got?
Alright. So I should have dropped this. I've been meaning to like drop this in chat for a while now, just so you know what it is, and I've been keeping up with it. But whoops, where is it? Oops. It's this. So I've just been like,
Heal you as well. Yeah.
yes, I've just been healing myself as well, just so you know.
Cool. No, yeah, that's totally cool. Yeah, because you're a life cleric. That's right. Yeah.
That's pretty
I-
cool.
I knew this was a thing, but it was good to remind me.
Yeah. I'm going to
I think I have
cast
something too. Let me
this
look.
on Urbody in front of me.
Hmm.
Heal the badly injured. 5 times your cleric level. So you're level 8, so that's 40. Or no, you're level 7.
It's 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's showing me here.
Any creatures within 30 feet of you and divide the points among them.
But they can't get more than half their health points back.
Which you won't have to worry about that for, unless you just choose a very small number of creatures. But I don't think you will. Who are you picking for this?
Well,
I think
don't think
Tally
Tally's
is still
hit.
full.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Hill Hydia, Davos, and Gulbrand.
Okay, so each of you take, we'll say, 11, and Gulbrand's probably the worst, so take 12 Gulbrand.
Heard.
Or, I'm sorry, 13 Gulbrand.
Heard.
Because that's how maths works.
So everyone else takes 11, including Hydia?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
All right. That's a channel divinity feature, too. That's solid.
That's dope.
Yeah.
All right.
Very life
Excellent.
cleric.
Healy boy doing Healy things.
The white
And
mage
then,
has arrived.
And then the mace is going to take a whack.
Get him.
Uh,
Pop him upside his head. You technically have advantage on this.
Is it Davos guiding bolt?
Yeah, roll again.
oh, did you say roll again?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have advantage from Davos. His guiding bolt.
Aw, that's okay. All right, that brings us to the stone giant, who looks down at his fallen compatriot sinking into the mud,
Oh.
and you see fear in his eyes.
Don't do it, you
Um,
fucking cowards. I say giants.
Oh, you know what? Make a persuasion or intimidation check,
Uh,
and then whatever the difference is between your charisma and your strength, add that for the if you do the intimidation.
Oof.
gross.
Oh, it happens every time we try to get you to do anything diplomatic. Like,
Mostly
You
for
are
me,
by
anyway.
chance the least intimidating barbarian I've ever met. But you have
You
heard
have
of
met me.
He's going to use his action to swing at you twice.
Okay, he can get dicked.
No, he's not.
Pretty much.
He disappears. You do not see him
Where
move.
he disappears to?
Let me read this one more time. He disappears.
Like just
You
blowing
guys-
puff of smoke. We don't see
You guys
him.
don't even blink.
Oh, like active camo, like voof.
And once you realize it happens, you hear Hydia say, "Fucks! These giants, they has abilities.
It did the thing.
Meditating within this temple, they gain certain things. They can do impossible things. Even stop the flow of time. Let me roll something."
Bruh,
Mm.
I'm about to go down.
That's why they're the scariest.
It could have been worse, because he could have taken this opportunity to beat y'all's ass. But
Oh,
he's
he didn't?
using it as a tactical retreat. No.
Okay.
No, if that were the case, he would have disappeared
And you
and
were able to
8
follow
hits
it.
out of nowhere. Or actually, a little more than that. 'Cause he rolled the highest he could. Yeah, he would have had 10 hits that he could have done.
Yep,
These
all
things are no
dead. Is there
joke.
a source of this power that we can destroy?
I do not know. It is something that they can do innately. I think as part of their worship to their god here.
Preferably
Alright.
Peon.
So for
Destroy/Peon.
at the moment we are out of initiative.
Gulbrand wants to cast Fairy Fire on this. This is a tunnel that goes this way. Like he just
Yes,
wants
sir.
to make sure he didn't just turn and run.
Nope. And if you want, you can proceed a little into that room, and I'll reveal it to you so you can see.
I mean, he'll come to like here-ish. He wants, he mostly wants to put it in the
You
corridor,
would see.
wherever that makes the most sense. He, just wants to make sure it didn't just turn and run. It could be anywhere. I guess in the entryway, like if he can get it in between the hallway and the entryway to that room.
You can, if you want to, you can cast it, but Hydia would make it clear that this is not an invisibility or anything like that. That
Okay.
he literally halts
feel
time
you.
and proceeds to move. All right, my guys.
Okay. That's
What do y'all do?
fucking awfuls.
Just a real quick reminder, because I don't think I've ever remembered. Whenever we take a short rest, if you use a hit dice, you get an extra, I think 1d6. I'm gonna check it.
Correct.
For my Song of Rest. I'm gonna play some music. You guys get an
Gotcha.
extra hit dice.
Are you guys taking the short rest? Because that takes some time.
No, I'm just saying if we were.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
What's the
Well,
plan, guys?
It's Gosta who goes and get things more fuckers.
I know I'm not gonna be able to take another hit from a stone giant.
Yeah, we should have some potions. Like we should have enough that a couple of us can take.
Before we do that, real quick, I'm going to cast. It takes 10 minutes to cast,
Perfect.
but yeah.
Let's see.
Let me decide which one I want to cast real quick.
I like to think this at this point. This has become like the group has worked together so long. We all just like huddle Bergen with Bergen in the middle.
Cone of Silence. Please tell me everybody gets that much.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Each?
Oh, wait, hang on. No one add that. This takes 10 minutes to happen,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and time is still flowing. What are you guys doing? Are you gonna stand here for the 10 and try to wait? Are you gonna relocate?
I think we should huddle around Bergen and just get ready. Ready our actions to just pop it if it pops up, and see if.
Right here in the middle of the cavern? Okay.
I mean, we might can go back in here, but that's not. It's gonna come
If-
back eventually. It's up
If
to
you mention
guys.
that, Hydia will tell you that there is a. If we needs to buy time, I imagine that he is going to be coming with reinforcements, or worse, telling Thane Kayalithica. I cannot say which, but we could hide in the grotto within the previous cave, or we could try to make our way back to the bear cave and hide out there where there's only one entrances. But then they could trap us inside. It is difficult to say.
You said there was protection in the grotto?
Yeah, if you look back toward the room they were in, there's this little raised dirt area over here. Actually, it's sunken. I'm sorry, it's sunken by about 10 feet, but it's a hidden area, sort of. But it's hard to say how they will react. He did see her, one of the Uthgard, attacking them, so that makes things pretty complicated. We do not have much time to act. What is the plan?
Sounds like the grotto.
Yeah, for 10 minutes and come back. Alternatively, me and Davos can take potions. I think we're the two that are hurting. Bergen, I know you said you're using that spell.
No, I'm
I'm
good.
full.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm at bloodied critical probably, or close to it.
If you guys pop back into the room, Hydia will tell the rest of the tribe, goes out to my caves. Wait for us there. We may have more company soon. And Griselda will nod and begin leading the tribe's folk out to the cave.
This is for you, Davos.
Is that separate from your 10-minute?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do the 10-minute one yet, because you haven't been through that 10 minutes yet.
Yeah.
Things are rolling in the background.
Gulbrand's gonna take a potion while, Davos is getting that heal.
Me too.
Whoever does, comment in the bag of holding -1 potion. I think we have a couple of different ones, so.
Just put -2. I'm after that heal, about half, which is 1 hit. I won't go down, but a second hit I would.
It's 2d4 plus 4, right?
Yes, sir.
2d4
So Gulbrand's 8.
plus 4. So, wow, that sucks. 7.
I'll be alright.
Did you put 2 potions in?
I will do it right now, thank you.
Alright, so I'm officially above half.
You do not get through the 10 minutes before you see 3 more. The one that you have done combat with, looking a little worn, and 2 others. Oh, wait, 1 second. I'm sorry. I have to check one thing. Y'all might be lucky as shit.
Can I go pee?
Yeah, let's take 10, and we'll pick up in just a second.
Yeah. Just have to use, like I said, a spell that I would save for a big battle, but I mean, hell, 3 stone giants is a big battle.
I was about to say, if they fuck us
That's
up
what you
enough,
think.
Yeah, if they fuck us up enough, we can get the fuck out of there and take who we have with us, and we got a bell. Like,
Completely unrelated. Is Ember ready to go?
Yeah.
That's
It
cool.
is Ember the chick, not Ember the bird. So it's a
Okay.
smaller hit pool you get back, but it is alive.
Yeah.
I didn't think about this, but we could have talked to Mezzo about that and got that fixed? Question mark.
Yeah,
Were we
you
nice
could.
down? Okay.
Yeah, and you imagine that he could do it once again, but you guys were not there for that to happen. Because I think the last time you used it was with the dragon, or maybe not.
I'll figure out. Oh well. Anyway.
Anyhow, so I looked, and it did not work out in your favor. I thought that the 2 giants were in the middle of their meditation, which would have prevented him from seeking them for assistance. It would have bought you more time, but they were not. But on the upside of that, that means they don't have their perks that they get from the meditation, like that time stop spell, which I'm just going to throw out there, is a 9th level spell.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Crazy.
I mean, it makes
Um,
sense.
Spoilers for Curse of Strahd. That's Mordenkainen's only 9th level spell, I think, listed on his spell sheet.
That's solid, though. Buy yourself at least 2 turns, up to 5. I mean, fuck. That's a lot of action economy to get over your enemy. Alright, so, as we come back in, you guys are nestled into this nook of the grotto, Bergen, praying to Helm, trying to mend the wounds that you have sustained. As emerging from the room in the distance, you see 3 figures. One, the figure that you were fighting. 2 more that are fresh and are beginning to scan the room. If you gentlemen are hiding in the grotto, I need to make a group stealth check with Hydia as well, please.
Is it everybody? Or
Everybody.
one
Yeah.
person rolls and that's
Oh,
Yeah.
Hydia rolled a nat 20.
That's good.
Making up for the shit Gulbrand's about to roll.
Make sure we roll for
Dang,
tally,
bro.
too.
Nat
you.
19, no modifier.
Get it. Oh, I see the tally already. I'm sorry.
Tally rolled.
Who are we missing?
No, I just
Hydia, Davos, Tally, Gulbrand. Oh, Bergen, I see you up there. Okay. All right. So that's pretty solid. Let me double check something. What did they get to add to this?
We had Gulbrand in the corner, by the way, where he can't be seen,
Good call.
and Bergen too. Since he was the caster, he had to be like in the middle, like
Yeah. Looks like we were huddled around him, like our backs to him, and he's just
right.
waiting for him to pop out of the fucking ground.
Y'all got so fucking lucky. Because he had a 21. I'm going to count the crit as 2 successes because it's a crit. And then Tally's 26 brought y'all the 3 successes you needed. Technically, you have 3 failures, but there's only 5 of you, so I'm going to say 3 successes is enough to push you over the edge.
Oh, hold on. I failed with a 19.
Yeah, they rolled a 21 for their investigation check.
They can investigate this nutsack. How about that?
How about no? How about no? I'm making them not find you. Don't make me change my mind, motherfucker. You... Bergen, do you stop your chant, or do you continue?
How many minutes in?
Yeah.
At this point, you're
Yeah.
probably about halfway. You're probably about that 5-6 minute mark.
I mean, does
We
it
don't
look
have 5
like
minutes.
they're
What's it? 25
they're
rounds.
about criminy?
What's the spell again? It's Prayer of Healing, right? So it has to
Yeah.
have a verbal component.
Yeah, let me throw it up in chat for you.
Yeah, it's verbal.
Dang.
Yeah, but it was like whispering it though.
I mean, yeah, but it's
No,
you can.
I guess
I mean, if you're saying it, we'll say that you're whispering it, but you know that it's still making noise. Very light noise, but
Yeah, I stop.
you hear them come in, and they begin to speak to each other. And you all speak giant, so you hear them. And the small ones attacked us. The tribes can no longer be trusted. We should tell the others and eliminate the other Uthgard. They can search this room for a bit. Should we investigate further? Pursue them out? No. If they have wandered into the canyon, they are either the rock's dinner or they have fled. They begin to make an exit.
Meta-wise, would we get a round of opportunity attacks or stealth? What's the surprise attack?
If you
If
were
we
to try
gank.
to ambush them, you could.
I mean,
I'm like during all this, I'm like eyeing with Gulbrand. No sound.
I mean,
Tally can communicate telepathically, so he's... Are we doing this, boys? Are we diving in, or are we pulling out?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's up to y'all.
I'm down, but I'm not gonna be disappointed if y'all say no. Like, it's gonna be stressful.
If Hydia hears this, because she's a Goliath, she speaks giant. And Gulbrand, she looks at you with a pleading look.
Come
These
on,
are her
right now,
peoples.
guys.
The last of her people. The last of your people that have already been through so much. To not give them a proper fighting chance. It's up to you, but you...
I mean, I've already I mean, Gulbrand wants to, obviously. If
yeah,
y'all
if
are
you guys want to do it,
if y'all are
let's do
good,
it.
we can. I'm down. I guess so. It's been 5 minutes. Okay. Okay.
But just to
Wow.
clarify, that spell did not complete, did not finish.
Did not. No.
Did
Yeah.
not
No, I mean,
finish.
They weren't that
I
far
was doing
away.
that for like rage and
unfortunately.
like my light and stuff. He would have had to turn off
Yeah.
his thing anyway to hide. Oh wow.
But before we do that, I'm going to reach over and touch.
I'm trying to decide. Is
Okay,
there any...
those.
Okay.
And I'm
If you
gonna-
okay, so I'll tell you this: if you cast a spell,
Oh, is it right?
it might alert them. You can do that as like if you guys decide to do the ambush right now, you can
Yeah.
do that as your ambush action instead of making
I see,
attack.
I
You know,
see.
healing someone.
All right, I'll think
but-
about it. I'll think about it. I won't do it now, though.
Okay.
Can
All right.
go-
Whatever you guys are.
This is
You
10
hear them
feet
begin to
down.
make their way into the canyon, or into the room that they came from.
Nah, I want to gank him. I just don't know how he would go about it. Are we not 10
I
feet
would
below them?
say wait till
You are.
the last one is in the choke point, and then hit that last one with something.
Okay.
If we
I
can
don't know.
reach, is what I would say.
I can.
I can-
Oh.
I was gonna say I can summon that guardian and block him in, choke him up as well.
They're walking out the door now.
Fucking
mean,
do
I'm-
what he says in your head.
Alright, I cast.
I'm gonna-
I cast the guardian like right here.
I think you have to see the space, but
Oh,
pop
yeah,
the
yeah,
spell
yeah.
in.
No,
let
you're
me
right.
let me see the spell
Hold
just to
up.
be sure.
I don't think it reaches that far anyhow.
I will
Let me see.
simultaneously cast Guiding Bolt to whatever one's last blue.
Yeah, it's only 30 feet, so that's only 3 squares away.
Yeah.
But you can put it. You can
Right
put
that
it
direction.
between you and them, and then if they make their way towards you, they have to go through its range, which pops them, which is a good, you know.
But I'm gonna do
Can
it
I get it right
as
here?
Only 3 squares away. I'll say you can
It's
get
the one-
physically. You can get up to this ledge here.
Yeah, that's still not quite that far. Okay.
But again, remember, it's when they walk into the space, his area. So, or what
Alright,
that's
yeah,
with.
I cast it here then.
Okay. What is everyone else doing?
I'm stepping out and Guiding Bolt on blue.
I'm stepping out, so you better get this party started.
Oh, I forgot. You know, Gulbrand's gonna do the same thing. Because he's not raging right now and he has spell slots.
If you're popping something, go ahead and roll it.
Gotcha.
Come on, hit. Yes! Suck it.
You said right here, Bergen. Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
actually gonna swing at green. Can I hit green? Can Gulbrand hit green? The guy in the middle?
He's kind of behind the blue one, so I would say no.
But blue's the one we were fighting earlier.
Correct.
He's gonna
I just hit
also
him with something.
the
I
guiding
don't-
bolt.
Yeah, I don't know if Joey, you need to do the math.
He's not down. I mean, he wasn't even bloodied when you guys last saw him.
Oh yeah, that's right. Huh?
All right, so
Um,
instead I'm gonna use ice knife to throw at him. It's
Okay.
30. It's
Roll
60
something
feet.
for
Can I hit him?
tally, and Hydia can throw a javelin. You guys are 10 feet down, so before you can do anything melee, you guys either have to climb out or wait for them to get in there.
I'll use my movement to climb out if that's the thing. If that's
Is
a,
that our second turn?
One more time.
Is it our second turn already?
No, right now you're in the first turn. I'm saying this is the ambush round. This is them walking out, you guys hurling everything at them at the last second.
17 for the javelin.
Give me 1 second to get some stuff ready. Okay. Oh, that was supposed to be a 17.
Shit. Sorry, I closed roll 20 accidentally.
You stupid
Oh, wait,
son of
tally.
a... No, it's okay.
Tally's going to Kai Karim.
All right. So we've got a lot of shit happening here. Davos pops him with the 22. That gives the next person... Well, we'll save the advantage because they don't need it. So she hits with her javelin. I need damage for that.
Ooh, my bad.
You're fine.
8.
An ice knife. The 3 is to him. The 8 is to everyone else. Is that right?
He takes both.
He takes both. Thank you. only one person was within range for the second pop. Ooh, excuse me.
Damn.
First one misses 10.
The first one was just a warning shot.
What was hit? Okay, I see it. 8.
Oh wait, so everybody has advantage?
No, what we're doing is all this is happening simultaneously. We're gonna hold the advantage, and then you get to use that at the start of the actual combat.
Okay, yeah.
So you guys dish out a decent chunk of damage. Bergen casts his Holy Boy, which will start popping things when they roll in. And the blue one turns back to the cavern and snarls. And with that, we're going to get back into initiative order. Tally, Gulbrand, you two are up first. Oh, and Davos.
Imagine Tally wants to.
Same initiative.
Yeah.
What?
Just keep
Oh,
the same
did it just
initiative.
pick up? I'm sorry, yeah. Reroll initiative, because this is our old initiative. My apologies. I thought I had fixed that.
There's Hydia's.
For Hydia and Tally, 2. 8 for Bergie. Bergie boy.
Wow.
10 for
Wow.
Tally.
I don't have to like accidentally hit Bergen in the face for rolling nat 1 on initiative.
No! You cast that blinding bolt, and you kind of blind yourself in the process. Or the guiding bolt, excuse me.
Oh, sorry.
Tally with a friggin' 10.
Yeah.
Gulbrand, 19. What did Hydia get? 5. Another 5 for her. That sucks. And no Valkyr. Okay. Did that put you guys in your new order? Yeah, so Gulbrand, you're at the top of this initiative.
Gross.
What do you do?
Well, he wants to use his movement to climb out. Is that how that works? Do you have to make a check?
It's half your movement because it is a 10-foot ledge.
So it takes him 20 feet. So he has 20 more feet when he gets to the top. Now he wants to come within range of the spiritual weapon, the guardian. I guess kind of up against this wall right here.
Okay. You can move.
That's within range to that person?
Yeah.
Cool. He's going to bonus action rage and take his swings.
Pop, pop.
That's what we do. Oh,
Get
shit.
him.
This is my spells.
Both of those hit.
So that's +4 to that total.
25, 29 damage.
Fuck him. And I raged, so I gotta mark that off. What Gulbrand does, he just goes for it. He's ready.
Solid. All right. Anything else, Gulbrand? Because you have a bonus action.
Oh, he lights up and throws his
Oh, no, I'm sorry. You raged, which is your bonus
yeah,
action.
okay, thank you.
Giant C, which is Greeny Boy. He's gonna move through the stone. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's gonna come over here. He's technically not within range of the glowy dude. We're gonna give him a 2-square range, even though these are technically 10-foot squares. 1, 2. He's pretty close. Gulbrand, which square are you in exactly? Choose wisely.
Oh, I see. I guess he would be closer to the side of it. He just didn't want to get flanked. Sorry, I didn't realize I was...
No, you're fine. Greeny Boy is going to take 2 swings on you. Does a 14 hit?
Yes.
Both of those hit. So that's 19 damage, bludgeoning. As Blue Boy gets his turn, he's going to take 2 more swings on you. Actually, he's going to see your friends in the back. He still has his spells, doesn't he? Yeah, he's going to... Actually, no. He'll throw a stone. He's going to throw a rock, we'll say at... Davos looks like the most visible target. +9. Okay, that hits. Davos, before I roll this, I just want to say I love you. And it's been nice playing with you. 2 1s. Okay, that's actually not too bad. Take 14 bludgeoning damage.
It's better than a damn hit to the face.
This could have done a lot more. The Great Club is 3d8. The Rock is 4d10. You just lucked out because he rolled real shit. Oh, what did I say? Did I say 14?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's actually +6, so 20 damage total. So 6 more to that. And with that, we go to Giant B. They all are right by each other. Who is going to go through the stone. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to start to pop out here on this side. Get hit by the Guardian. He takes 20 points. Is that right, Bergen?
Yeah, I think so.
Solid. Double check that. I'll go ahead and mark it. And with that, we go to Talabund.
Yes, 20 radiant damage.
He
Solid.
will come out 10, 20, 30 right behind Davos. Assuming that's within 60 feet.
A little pew pew pew.
Yep, pew pew. We'll do blue.
Blue blue.
So bad.
Yeah, this is pretty terrible. That's what I do, dude. Roll them!
It didn't roll it. Alright.
Can you not click on the thing and... Oh,
Did. It just didn't
wait.
do it, right?
Oh, there it went.
Right.
All right, 21 hit. Blue's in critical territory. You got one more
Do
hit.
bonus action. And do I get sneak attack?
Hey, you don't
Yeah.
even need it. Second knife takes him down.
Well, would sneak attack on the first knife have killed him? 'Cause it's
Potentially. Go ahead and
engaged
roll
with
it.
me.
Yeah,
I would do green next.
it would not have.
Right.
Okay, so that knocks out the blue giant. So you guys have slain 3 thus far. These 2 are still fresh looking, though. All right. Bergine, what you got?
Alright, now I'm moving over and touching Davos with the cure
Ew.
wounds.
Touching me, touching you.
Oh god, thank you.
Sweet Bergen.
Is that all of me?
Yeah.
And to him, which is fucked.
Oh yeah, that's right. I get yes, I get 5
Bergen
points
is
too.
prime healer.
You only get 5? I thought that thing said you get...
2 plus the spells level.
Oh, the spell's level. I see. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's still
Yeah,
nice.
that'd be a little
Something,
OP
yeah.
if it was really any more than that.
All
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Anything else for you, Bergen?
Can't cast spiritual weapon because I already cast a spell for my
Yeah.
bonus action, so I don't think I can do anything else.
Davos, you've just been or hit by a boulder and then picked back up by your cleric. What do you do?
Puke from the roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah, right.
Um,
Fighting through the tears.
I will be casting.
Oh, also, I'm sorry. I forgot to mark him for advantage earlier. So we're gonna say that the second Kai Karim did hit somebody else. You said green?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, sorry. I just thought of that when I mentioned the thing. Okay, go ahead.
All right. That's what I'm casting.
Oh,
That's a good spell.
nice. I didn't even know you knew this.
I do now. No, I learned it a couple sessions ago, and I was like, let me save it for like big boss fights. I don't know what's bigger than 3 stone giants.
Oh, you'll see.
Oh, shut up. Anyway, I don't know how you want me to
Okay.
mark that. Is there like just a number I can put?
Put a marker on yourself. It's
Can't hit
Yeah, it's-
me, John Cena.
That's kind of what you do. You're like,
so you know how when you click your character, you have those 3 little circles on them.
Yep.
Put a 3 in one of those, so you know that you have 3 duplicates.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that. All right, can you see it?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. You can. I use those to track hit points and stuff too, like hit points, armor class, special things. But
Okay.
that 3 will help me remember how many duplicates you have. Okay, that's really cool.
And you said I can use Light of Lathander and a spell in the same.
Correct. Yes, sir. But you are too far down to use it from where you're currently at.
Right. So I have 30 foot. The closest one would be the Green Giant, and I'd probably hit Gulbrand with that too.
Green giant. Well, it's
I
a 30 foot on Light of Lathander?
15 cone,
Yeah, but remember these are 10-foot squares, so that's only 2 squares.
so I wouldn't
So-
be able to.
You could. Did you already move?
I had not yet.
10 takes 15 to get up there. You could get up there and close enough to cast it on the green one without hitting Gulbrand.
Yes, that's what I'm doing.
Pop it. pop it like it's hot.
You're
Use
so bad.
yes. Use all your class abilities on the first encounter of the dungeon.
Yeah, I mean, I
DC
kind of don't have a
12.
choice.
Good.
I mean,
Oh, he
living
failed.
is
Oh
more
wait, what's his
important.
con? Yeah, he failed. He is blurred. He's also facing the wrong direction, so I don't know what fight this guy's in. I'll fix that real quick.
Now,
Bloop.
to reiterate my Mirage mirror image, it says if they're blinded, that doesn't affect them. Or it says it's unaffected by this spell if it can't see.
Oh, see, that's an
So
interesting.
that's just for
stipulation.
him, though. I don't know
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
that
so,
would
but because
He
it
does-
poses disadvantage.
Yeah. Thankfully for you, this one does not have tremor sense. The other one had tremor sense that had completed the meditation, but this one does not.
Fuck that. That's
Right,
when we killed.
But
Yeah.
does that mean he would still be able to hit directly me if he swings?
He would
at me?
still swing to hit you, but he would roll with disadvantage. Basically, there's no visual thing fucking with him with the mirror image. He's just like, I think he was over here, and or I hear something this way.
Now, granted, 4 of us came up at him, so he doesn't know
Yeah.
which one to hit.
No, you're right. You're right.
All right, that's it.
Hydia's. What's do's?
Same things that Gulbrand did. Okay.
Rage.
Yeah, Rage, climb up there, take her swings if she can get them.
Where do you want to move, sir?
Can
can
she
move
get
force?
in front of Davos? Can she?
It's 10. Well, it's 15 feet to climb the ledge.
Okay,
So
she has 40 feet of movement.
you can get up there and move another square. 25, 35. Yeah.
And, yeah.
You can move, sir. Yes.
No,
Oh, I thought you could.
Mm-mm.
Huh. One,
but if she
two-
can, she'll try to get in front of Davos and swing at green since she's
She
blind.
cannot. She can get beside him. These are technically bigger squares, so we'll wiggle
Yeah.
a bit. She is not close enough to hit him. He
Yeah.
technically occupies the 3 squares just a little further back. Just out of her reach.
Okay, which means she can only get to like this square if she went this way.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, and she
Can't
has
get
a-
within melee range.
She don't like the magic. She'll throw a javelin, and that's it. She's gonna throw it at the green end. She get it.
Get him.
She doesn't
Does
get
not hit.
advantage, right? Because it's.
He's blinded. I think that... Hang on.
I've got the conditions pulled up. Attack rolls. Okay,
Against the creature, have advantage, yeah.
there's a second one.
Does not hit anyway. Fucks you, Hidias.
Okay.
Gulbrands, what's do you want?
Oh boys, Gulbrand's gonna do this thing. He's gonna take it.
Keep in mind, if you lure him closer to that glowy boy, he'll get,
He'll get popped.
yeah.
Yeah.
For 20 damage.
I mean, he'll make room. 1, 2. Oh. I have to leave his range though.
You do, but
blind.
he'll have disadvantage, yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. Thank y'all for reminding me. He'll back up into the thing then.
Oh god, but they have +9 to hit.
Mhm.
That's a 21. So yeah, take you're raging, so 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, buddy. Because it's not 2 attacks hitting me this time. Yeah, buddy. So he'll back up into the thing. Can he take his attacks before he does that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I guess he could attack red though.
Not Spirit Guardians.
No, he'll take his attacks. It's whatever. On green. That's gross. And a nat 20. Oof. 21 damage total. Oh,
Devin,
Plus
your math
rage.
is pretty bad.
is it? I'm sorry.
That's 23 plus the 2 is 25.
Oh,
There's who goes.
levels. Bonus
Alright.
action, throw javelin, and then that'll be it. After he leaves his range.
Throw
He's
it,
gonna
hits,
fuck.
yeah.
He's gonna fuck him up
Yeah.
as he leaves, and then turn his attention to the other one.
Got it. Pop. Roll again for the starry form, because you technically would have had advantage on that too. We'll see if it crits.
Do.
Exact opposite. Perfect. All right, Giant C, which is the blinded one, is technically not within range of any of you. He's going to take a step forward, which pops him in the range. He's going to take the 20 damage from that.
Because he blinding fails that dex save. It's a Clutch play, Devos. You kept me alive for who knows how much longer. I hope.
That's not.
That makes
that's,
both of us that I kept alive for that much longer.
We'll see. The red one might fuck my day up. We'll find out.
That's fine.
Um,
I got 3 free hits.
Green one's gonna swing at Davos. Disadvantage. Oh, and he actually rolled pretty shit. Okay, his first swing misses. Second swing. And then that one! Hang on.
Oh,
It's even, which I think means he doesn't hit his homie. But,
Would
yeah,
he be able
doesn't
to?
hit
Is he in range to even hit?
yeah, it's weird because they occupy 3 squares. Like, this guy may not look like it, but all the squares, the red guy, all the squares to his right, he's technically also occupying.
Mm-hmm.
Big creatures are funky.
So
And
he
they have a
hits
10-foot
the wall
range.
and drops his
They
club.
do.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah, sure. No. That one you guys killed. So it's Red Giant. Who, he's going to take 2 swings at Davos.
Wait, what? The red giant?
Or, I'm sorry, not Davos. Sorry, Gulbrand.
Yeah, fuck it.
One of those misses. Because it's a
Sorry,
12.
D-Brain.
Wait, what's your AC?
14.
Okay. Only 1 hits. So take 9 damage.
Fuck.
And tally.
He's going to wherever he has to move to hit red. Is right here good enough?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll say that's good.
Oh wait, it's 60 feet. Yeah, that's within range, huh?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you're good.
All right.
Pop it. Solid. Less solid.
Sneak attack applies or no?
Yes,
Good
because
first
he's
one.
engaged with Gulbrand.
Yeah.
Solid. All right. And Talaboon, or excuse me, Bargeen.
How do you confuse those two? I don't know.
Well, I was looking at it and I'm like, okay, Davos just made his move. It's Tally's turn. Oh no, wait.
Ah, I got you.
Can I get
Also,
to here?
I keep seeing your shirt, and I think it says I rock out, and I think it's gonna say with my cock out, but then it says with my son, and I feel like a terrible person.
Well, I definitely don't do that with my son.
Okay.
I thought I showed you guys the shirt. I rock out with my son and dance with my daughter.
Oh, well,
I got it as
Um,
a Father's Day gift.
Yeah. Bergen, you can get there. You're good. What you want to do?
This on Gulbrand.
About to jam out with my spam out, you know what I mean?
God damn it.
No, there's another one. And
Because I play loot, that's why.
Aw.
all
okay.
I can do.
Was that to Gulbrand?
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Y'all keeping me up. I'm still.
In
not-
more ways than one.
I was gonna say, I've been
His
better,
wife
but
taking down
let's
2
see
giants isn't hurting either. What you got for your other action, my dude?
Fear boner.
My bonus. Man, let me just double check, but I don't think I can do anything.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
I just
with
don't cast the spell,
So-
so yeah.
You don't have any cantrips that are, but I'm trying to think. I think shield's a first level.
Yeah, no, the only other thing I could do is like my channel divinity maybe, or does that count as a spell?
Channel
as
divinity is
well?
not a spell, so you can do that.
I think
Right,
it's generally a bonus action, yeah.
but now is not the time.
Okay.
And it's an action anyways, yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Davos.
Alright.
All
green.
your 3 mirror copies as well.
Do I get 4 attacks? That'd be so awesome.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, all 4 of you can attack. They're made of illusion though, so it's just gonna tickle them maybe.
I will. Would green flame blade apply to red if I did it? Are they close enough?
He's
It says
a-
within 5 feet.
Oh, to jump to him. Yes, yes. You can hit green, and if it hits, it can go to red. Yes, sir.
Alright, doing that then. Oh wait, that's damage that it rolled. Alright.
Yeah, I gotta roll, I think, a regular hit.
Yep.
The dichotomy of this session is very well portrayed in this damage.
Red, green, red, green.
17 hit.
There's
green.
literally three reds and 4 green, or excuse me, 4 reds and 3 greens on this thing. 17 meats. Fuck yeah! Roll your damage, plus the 8s.
So
Yeah.
Why did
8
it-
should go to green for sure. Let me.
Why
check.
is it different for? I thought it was the same for both of them.
Let me double check.
Beautiful.
The blinded one's looking
one-
pretty. Oh, roll your hit one more time to see if you crit, just for because he's blinded. You have advantage.
Oh yeah,
Plus
that's
two.
right.
Oh, and you get bonus damage, so roll an extra. I think it's a D6.
Is that in the
Hmm.
Light of Lathander?
Yeah. When you hit a blinded, it's like a passive thing. When you hit a blinded enemy, even if you didn't blind them
Yeah.
using that ability, you still get extra damage on them.
It's 1d6, yes.
1d6. I'll add an extra 5.
I don't know what that. I guess it took 2 separate rolls for the green flame blade.
Pop it into chat, but for the moment, I'm going to assume that it's the 8 for both of them.
I thought
And
it
with-
was.
Drop it in chat, and we'll go to Hydia.
And then if green.
I mean,
Let me see.
you hit it to go.
I will use my.
Next, I see.
Wait, didn't you already use your bonus action in your action? Or are you using a flourish
The
or
green
something?
flame blade is like. That is the action, and we just use the rapier to
Yeah.
facilitate it. That's it.
Please.
I'm gonna call it good.
Okay. The way this reads is really weird, because that 1 shouldn't be possible, because it should be a D8 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Right.
So we're going to use the 8 plus your modifier, which I'm thinking is a +3.
Charisma.
What's your charisma?
It is a +2 modifier.
+2. Okay. All right. And that brings us to Hydia's. What do you do, bitch?
No, she's gonna go on the one that's blinded.
Get him.
She's ready to go. I guess she has to rage us. She raged last turn when she ran up there.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't hit anything. Give me 2 seconds.
Didn't she throw a javelin or something?
Oh, you're correct, actually. Okay.
Yeah, she's good
She's
for now.
gonna hit green. With,
Gets him.
There's the first 2s.
I hope she takes down another one. God.
This is
Oh!
ridiculous.
He has 26 hit points left.
Oh, God,
She's just like, I've been wanting to do this for months. Oh God,
That's
why
carrying you
Gulbrand
guys through this
hates when
dungeon.
you do that.
Those.
Gulbrand adjusts his bearskin to hide rising bulges. All right, Gulbrand, what you got?
Same thing.
I guess she still has a bonus action, doesn't she? Go ahead.
Yeah, and I guess
She
she
could-
can move all the way around here to reach. I can't move her.
Yeah, she
but
can get close
can
enough to
reach-
pop him.
Yeah, she'll do it. That's what Berserker Barbarians do.
Gets him.
Use 3 attacks in turn.
Gets him. The 14 does not hit. So carrying on to Gulbrand's.
He's gonna use his first 2 attacks on this dude. Now he's got some backup. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not my attack. That's Magic Stone. A 20 and a 14, 30, 20. 18 damage total.
Thank you, sir.
Bonus action. I'm raging, so I can't cast a spell. You know, I'll take the disadvantage, like I've been doing. Gross.
Yeah, that's okay. Comes to the Giants.
I'm
Who
gonna be
sees
very
Hydia
grateful
take
for
down. Oh, he hasn't seen her take down 3, but I'm sure he was told that the chieftain took out a few, so he's gonna make both swings at her. An 11 doesn't hit her. A 27 does. So she's raging 9 points of bludgeoning damage to Hydia as we go to Tally. And he is just about bloodied,
Same
right in that
thing.
territory.
I'm gonna just do
Pop,
a
pop.
bonus action because I have that up first.
Hits,
Just the regular action.
sneak attack.
Sneak attack 2d6.
Solid. All right, Bargeen.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of pissed that casted this mirror image and it's not gonna take.
I imagine at least 2 of the Gulbrand or 2 of the Davoses are just like, fuck, this is a fucking waste of a spell.
The other one's just like, fuck you, Gulbrand, fuck you. Your wife's a better fighter than you.
Yeah, that's right. She's killing it.
I love it.
Yeah, she is.
I am also like half shaman in his defense.
I've been traveling for a long time. She's been fighting. It's not fair. She's also 2 levels less than you are.
Yeah.
TBH.
Wow.
So she's.
It's that extra attack, dude, on a barbarian.
Oh yeah.
Wait till next level.
All right, my
Be
dear.
able to miss twice as much.
Oh, no hit with that, unfortunately.
And I believe that's it.
Dervers, what you got?
Running up on his fool.
Well, 4 of you. Yeah.
All 4.
Hit him hard.
That's not
Harder.
And I will use one of my flourishes.
Hit him.
Trying to think. I'm gonna use the defensive flourish. Let's show you that in chat.
This one raises your AC, yeah?
Yeah, with whatever I roll on this damage right here, which is 1d6. So now I have a 24 AC till the next turn. And 3.
Pretty fucking solid.
But it does 5 extra damage, so 11 damage total.
Where was the
That's what I
fancy
got.
swords works when there was 3 of those?
And if I try to position myself in front of everybody to where if he is going to hit anybody, he tries to hit me.
Okay.
Maybe I yell at him, "Hey, you're ugly, you son of a bitch. Where's your mom?" Oh, I already banged her. Like, I don't know.
True bard talk. Like, you're right, my mom is ugly.
Your mom killed my dad, so I killed her.
Oh, smash. Wow. All right, Hydia. Also love the dignified sip of wine.
You plebes, you heathens.
Oh. Also love that
Sorry,
you
it's
said
not in
plebes.
a red solo cup, which y'all are used to seeing it consumed in, or straight out the bottle.
Ooh.
Sorry.
I was about to say the bottle.
Hydia, hit one more for me. Baby girl, come on. Be the champion. Ah! Oh! I know that gets +2, but it's so
Yeah.
close.
I don't know if I love or hate this, but this is also.
I'm pretty scaroused. I don't know about you.
Watch.
She takes all 3 hits, like 1 to the knee, and it lowers him down. And one catches on his hand, and he pulls it down, and she smacks him with the butt of it. And she looks at you, and she's like, "Figured I'd save 1s for you." And
That's what I'm saying. I'm torn between her taking out all 4 and then leaving 1 for her crap husband.
oh, I think somebody else killed 1. I think it was it you, Devos, that killed the other one.
Just now? No, she did. She
Well,
took
there
down
there were
the
5 altogether. There were 3 here, 2 in the other room. She killed at least 3 of them.
Was it the red one in the mud? That
Someone-
She didn't
I
kill?
think Tally killed 1.
Tally, that's it. So Tally and 3 hit. The people who aren't here are getting all the kills. Come on, come on, Gulbrand, bring it home.
Please tell me he misses. That would just
Yeah,
be
right.
too,
Here we go.
too perfect.
Let's find out.
Oh,
Oh,
no, he
no.
got it. Yes. He got it.
Yeah.
+4.
Nice.
You as Hydia like pops him with the hilt, like you see him like with holding her axe down. He like starts to go for her because he's next in initiative. He starts to go for her, and you see that, and you cleave off his arm, and then into the neck, and just immediately that black thick tar oozes out as the last stone giant falls limp. Woo! All right, boys. That was the longest combat encounter I think we've ever had. Granted, it was 2 encounters, but hot damn. You guys are out of initiative. The Spectral Guardian, the illusionary duplicates, the rages, they all fade away. And Hydia's like, I've wanted for so long to do that.
So to go
Where to?
over-
I'm getting too old to do this shit.
I could tell.
So we
Gulbrand's gonna
short
limp over.
resting.
Yeah, Gulbrand's gonna limp over to Bergen and see if
So
he's
the
got
Guardian
anything left
is
in the
there
tank.
for 8 hours.
Oh, you are
technically.
correct.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
So we can use him as well, I don't know. He's only got one shot left in him, I think. But
Huddle up under the Guardian.
I pull
So does
out
he
my
only
loot.
get to do three attacks? Is that it?
60 damage.
60
For
damage.
60 damage, he dissipates.
1, 2, 3. I think he may have done the 60 damage. Because he did. I think he hit all 3 of those 3 in the last fight. Yeah, because he hit the one right there.
That's the case, then, yeah, he's
Oh,
good.
no. I'm sorry. No, you're right. He didn't hit that first one, so there's 20 damage still floating in him. You guys hide behind this little alcove, we'll say, behind the Spiritual Guardian. And take your rest. You do get a short rest. Or are you wanting to try to do a long rest? What's your plan here?
I think we should short rest for sure. Yeah, and then if we
Okay.
after we roll our hit dice, maybe Bergen can decide how he feels about his spell slots and stuff.
Yeah, that's another thing. Keep in mind. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say much hit points. No more spells need for me.
Yeah, spells are something that spells and class
I definitely
abilities.
need some spell slots.
Okay, y'all want to try for the long rest?
If you guys are down for a long rest, I would definitely like to try. But if you think it's too risky, we can just go for a short. I could probably do one more encounter like that last one, but if it's much tougher or any longer, I will probably fizzle out.
And Hydia will tell you that we have just been in 3 rooms of this place. There are over a dozen. They may not all be as heavily guarded. I do not know how many they number, but there are some from our tribe.
I say let's go with a short rest, and then maybe after the next encounter, if it looks like we need a long rest, go from there. I think we can make it with a short rest, at least with one more encounter. Now, can we clear the dungeon, so to speak? No, probably not, but...
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take the short rest then. You boys go ahead and roll however many hit die you want.
Remember, if you use at least 1 dice, you get an extra 1d6, so maybe you don't need that many.
I don't think many of your class abilities reset on a short rest, but use the button on D&D Beyond just to be sure, because it'll restore those for you. Check Light of Lathander, because I think that's a long rest thing.
It is. I think all
Okay.
of mine are long rests.
Yeah, most of them are. Like, it's not many things are regained on a short rest.
Oof.
That's just rough, friends.
I'm gonna use
At least that's only the
2d8
first one.
plus 4, and then here's my extra d6.
Oh, I'm gonna do my d6 for that. I'm using 2. I've marked off 2.
7.
While y'all are taking a healing break, I will take a healing break.
I'm gonna do another bard dice. I hope that didn't.
Spencer, do you feel like Bergen has enough spell slots to go through one more encounter?
Yeah, I can do one more.
Okay.
I got that pearl too. I can use.
I'm gonna roll one
that's
more
right.
hit. Yeah, one more hit die. Yes, 10 plus. Fuck yeah.
Oh, Devin, I forgot. There's one more attuned item that we forgot to talk about.
The cursed one.
The headband that you're using as an armband to give you dark vision.
Yeah.
That does require attunement. I was mistaken, I think, when I originally told you.
Okay. I should only have 3 total then.
Yeah, I just want to let you know. Just
Yeah, 3 total.
your axe, that
And the gauntlets, yeah.
gauntlets, though.
Okay. I'm gonna use one more hit dice before we end this short rest. Yes.
Hey, babe.
Is that every one I roll? I get that d6, Brandon? Okay.
Hey, baby.
15.
Now just one extra d6 whenever you use a hit dice.
Whenever I use a hit dice, so every time I use
Let me give you the wording. I read it as once a short rest, essentially.
So,
I think that's the way it's supposed to be.
Is
It is.
RIA. Read as intended.
It says if you or any friendly creatures who can hear your performance regain hit points at the end of a short rest by spending 1 or more hit dice each of those regains an extra 1d6 hit.
Yeah, one or more hit die, so it only triggers once.
But it's not an extra hit dice. It's an extra
I feel you.
1d6 hit points.
Yeah. Hydia can also do some healing. I don't think Tally needs to. Fucking
Tally
hiding
had
in the
not
back.
taken a single fucking point of damage.
Yeah, he was like, I don't know what your problem is, guys. I feel fine. We
And
can
I
keep
don't
going.
think I used a spell either, which I don't know if his character sheet is actually up to date or not as far as spells, but
He shouldn't have a whole lot to begin with.
he does.
Hideous back to max.
Hydia's back to max. Cool, cool. All right. Is everyone done with their healing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Maybe we can find a better place to camp out for the night.
Where to next, Starkeepers?
Do we
I mean,
want to go
he knows this place
further?
better than I do. You've killed most of them.
We could proceed forwards to their treasure trove. We could, I think now it will be unguarded. It was the next passage beyond. Or we could cut across the canyons and try to make our way to another portion of the tribes. But I cannot say if it will be guarded or not.
I'd say keep going where we already are.
Should we
That
check
number
it?
5 room.
Okay.
Is what I
Is that the
say,
treasure
but-
room?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So do we want to check to see if the conch is not stairs?
Roman, come on, man.
All right. You guys
Yeah,
proceed into
so-
room 5.
I'm tiptoeing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me reveal it, and then I'll read this bit. Oh, that's not
The
reveal.
opposite of it.
You
Now they
son
can
of a...
cast darkness.
I hate it when it does that. It's the stupidest
Automatic
fucking thing.
blindness when you enter the room.
Two of
Come
horrors
on,
of
you
this.
piece of fucking shit. Thank you. Okay. This cave, open to the sky, has 100-foot high walls. The cave floor is bowl-shaped, with a 10-foot deep pool of rainwater in the middle. 5 fossilized stone giants wearing stone regalia, the remains of long-dead thanes, stand in alcoves, their eyes wide and their mouths agape. Set into the walls are 3 pairs of carved stone doors with simple stone hinges. The doors are 25 feet tall, and weigh several tons, but are well balanced on their hinges. There's 3 doors. What's do you
Let's
do?
open the one to the left. Right here.
Okay. You have to shove it open. So are you gonna do it alone, or is somebody gonna help you?
I'll help him's open.
I would imagine one of the barbarians of the group, maybe the one that kills the most giants, would help.
Okay, roll 2 strength checks for me, or excuse me, athletics checks. As in, you roll 1, and whoever's helping you roll another. You shove and shove, but it doesn't quite give.
Oh, big ass door.
Big ass door. 25 feet tall, pretty thick from what you gather, but
Not worth using a rage.
no. I would.
And
You
I
can
would
try
imagine
again.
All the doors are like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is? We can't
try
see this,
again.
can we?
You know that's the mouth of the that's the mouth out to the canyon. Hydia will tell you that leads
okay.
back out
I
to the
see.
canyons. And I'll try to reveal a little more to where you can. That's a little more plain.
So I would be
Mm.
able to tell with enough time we could push it open.
Yeah.
So maybe we come back to this room.
Well, what I mean with enough time, you can try again right now and just roll again, or have somebody else roll or whatever.
Gulbrand will switch out with Hydia. Oh.
There we go. Gulbrand, feeling demasculated from their earlier events, shoves it
No,
open,
has something to prove. Just move something heavy.
and
Rip.
it's empty.
That's not intimidating at all.
Should we try one of the other doors?
Why the fuck is there nothing's here?
Do you want to take a look around?
I mean, he'll stick his head in, but it's just. a
Stick his
bare
head in.
room?
What do you mean?
Can you see everything
Like
in the room?
not enough to get it cut off. Like, oh, Indiana Jones. Does Tally look in the room? And see anything? Nope.
looks like an empty room.
What the
He
fuck?
shrugs.
Please tell me. I
that's
get higher
freaky.
score. Davos isn't any better.
Bergen will take a look.
Bro.
Alright, that's the
We're
last
trying to
check
get
I'm
rid
going
of
to
all the
allow for
shitty
that.
rolls, just so
Y'all
you know.
look around. From the outside, there's only so much you can tell. It doesn't seem like there's anything going on.
As they walk away from the room, I stand ready for anything that might come through there.
Is Sirius with us?
Yes, Sirius is. Excellent question. Sirius will, like, sniff at the floor. And he'll, like, hike his leg and pee. And it fades through the floor.
Whoa.
This floor is
Through the
illusionary.
floor?
And you gather from the sounds that of the pee going several feet and hitting not stone, but what sounds like a thick mud. This would have dropped you into the Gorgon pit. So that would have been fun.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what that means, but
Hydia will,
It turns you to stone.
oh, that okay.
and you guys, I don't think have anything to amend that. I don't think anyone has a greater restoration or anything yet.
It'd be a couple of levels, I think.
So that would have been pretty, yeah. Well, to get out of it, but if once you're fully submerged, you're turned to stone. And keep in mind, Devin was 5 feet deep. 5 feet?
He's also
6
like
feet deep.
7 foot tall.
Yeah. So if that happened to you or anyone else, that's it. You're petrified, and y'all don't have a way out of that
Thanks
right
for
now.
the warning. I
The-
will
the-
be
This dungeon's fucked.
I will be
Um,
not opening any more doors.
Do you check the other 2 rooms, or do you proceed on?
Guess we have to if we're looking for the fucking conch.
Yeah, roll away.
Alright.
Well,
we're gonna go
that
for-
was the trap room door, so for brevity's sake, we'll speed it up a little bit. You guys check the other 2 rooms, and in the north room, lying on the floor of the northeast chamber are 4 giant-sized sacks filled with coin. 2,400 gold pieces. 4,400 silver. 6,800 copper. There's also a fragment of a tombstone from Oralbar. You don't recognize the name. It's old, dated, faded. But it's really... You recognize it's the same type of stone as in the Oralbar cemetery. You don't know if it's a trophy. It's very odd. As well as a bag of dried mushrooms.
Like, even I wouldn't recognize that it's a stone. At least, hey, that thing's been there long before I was even born.
No, everything I said is because you know it. Like, no one else knows what this is. But you're like, oh, this is just like my dad's tombstone. It's older, and there's dates on it. And the name is kind of faded. And you don't know the name. It's very weird. And the east one, on the floor of the east chamber is an old rowboat, big enough to hold 6 creatures, as well as their gear. The stone giants use it as a storage container, and it currently contains 5 more sacks of treasure. There's another walloping of gold. There's also a peculiar shield, immaculate, clean, even in these dusty bags, and it gleams in the faint torchlight.
Would I recognize that to give it to Bergen? Because he might need it more than me.
I mean, it's a shield. You don't necessarily know what it does. You would, from Sirius's reaction, you would gather it's magical.
Like, just semi-magical?
I mean,
No. What's your AC, Bergen? No. Hello?
Bergen?
What's that?
What's your
Sorry,
AC, my
I
dude?
didn't hear it. 17.
Yeah, the Bergen should get any magical shield.
Okay.
Unless it seems cursed.
Bergen, do you have 3 items attuned? I'm trying to think. Your mace counts as 1. Do you have anything else?
If you go to your inventory at the bottom, it'll show attuned items.
Are you there, Spence?
Shit, sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, just 2.
Okay. So you can hold on to this. You technically have to complete a rest with it before you attune to it, but I'm going to send you a thing, and I'll let you know now since you'll probably figure it out soon. This is an arrow catching shield, which helps. Basically, you get an improved AC when you're targeted by ranged attacks, and if somebody next to you is targeted by a range attack, you can become the target of that hit instead.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I'm going to send you a thing real quick. Bloop, 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 bloop. And this should exist on D&D Beyond to add to your character. All right, what next, my dudes?
Keep going.
Which way? Across
Keep
the
going
cavern,
to
back to
mine
the way you came?
corridor. To this. Did we say go here to the red circle? Gulbrand, feel free to speak up.
To look out into the canyon. I'm sorry, I was on mute.
Where are we going? Further into here? I don't know what this red circle means.
The red circle is just to mark the entrances.
Yeah, so like we would be going out into the middle of the canyon, into the open sky.
No more than if we went back and did the same?
Hydia tells you it's about the same either way. She says that there's a passage beyond that could lead us to the tribe. There's also a passage further to this. If you go out and back across, you can get into the same area through there. But when you guys pop your head out here, I'll show you a few things. You would see a good bit from this vantage point. Yeah. We'll say all that.
Jeez.
Yeah, so you see a good way further down the canyon, and you see that this canyon is riddled with these caves. There are a dozen of them, probably. But there does seem to be a passageway across.
And so one leads to a section she thinks the tribe is in, and the other leads to the other side of the canyon.
She will tell you that this one across here leads to a passage, a cavern where they keep their goats. Sometimes it is guarded, sometimes it is not. The people that you may have fought, may have been the guards there. The tribe is in the next passage beyond that. She says that passage down there to the south, and then the very far south one on the other side, both lead to the same chamber.
Which is... Does she know?
She says that someone tends to carve there. A stone giant.
Like a artist carve?
Yeah. A warrior, but an artist.
No, right.
Okay.
I'd like to cross that then, making sure that it's not an illusion.
Okay. Yeah, I imagine you step forward, like kind of like tentatively, like tiptoe, like one step. Okay. One step. Okay. And it's fine. It is actual stone. And after like you make like 3 or 4 steps like that, Hydia's like, Jesus Christ, and just walks across. Do you guys choose to go into the next cavern?
Can we peek in?
Yeah. Make a
Tally?
perception check for me.
Tally
Yeah,
is
with-
going to peek in.
That's cool.
So he wants to try to be stealthy, right? Oh wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Being
that's not the-
stealthy, do I need to roll a stealth as well?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Just
Dude, this
in
dude
case
has a
he's-
plus 10 to
Yeah,
stealth. What
he
the
might as
Yeah.
well just.
I mean, I already
he
started
do?
revealing shit because I'm like, Tally is Tally. He's gonna, unless y'all, okay.
I think a nat 1 is the only thing that'll fail.
You see a large campfire burning in the middle of this cave. This fire is illuminating wall carvings that depict stone giants heaving boulders over their head. There are signs that giants were recently here. You gather maybe the giants that you fought. You see in the background a dipped cavern where there are several goats bleeding.
bleating, as in peh, or bleeding?
Yeah,
like
with a
dying?
T. Yeah.
Okay.
You do smell meat cooking. She tells you,
Over that campfire
no.
that we can see? Okay.
She does tell you the tribe should be just beyond that passage.
And that was the tribe that we aren't sure that they would join us?
It is difficult to say. I do not know who is in which caverns. Could be it could be allies. It could be some who are more contestants.
Do you think the more contestant ones finding out that there are less stone giants and that we are here trying to overthrow them would join to our cause? Basically, who's in power?
It would behoove us. I cannot make any guarantees. But it would work in
Would
our
you be
favor.
willing to kill them if not?
I am.
She-
I know you are.
She looks a little hesitant, and she tells you, my tribes has suffered. Many of my people have been slain. I would not be eager to spill blood of my own.
That's
But,
not
if
my
necessary. What was that?
That's not my intention either. Only that if they posed a greater risk than help, like, hey, they're about to call out for more stone giants.
If needed, I will behead him myself.
Good
Or-
to know.
Allow Gulbrand to finally kill something, I guess.
I was about to say, Gulbrand, you got you a good one, but after that, Gulbrand, you got you a great one.
She's I'd say she's
Yeah,
still a little
dude.
salty. You disappeared for 2 years. She was lonely.
She's pissed. At
Oh
least
my
she's
God,
working
what a
out on the
jerk.
giants and not me.
Smack him again.
Davos on the short rest.
What a jerk! Hit him again.
She make a Constitution save, Davos.
Oh wow, really? What did I just step into?
Just do it.
Con save?
Roll under a 10 for me.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
She
Oh,
like
God.
you say that for like the third or fourth time, and she like checks you, and you like flinch as you should because she is fierce as fuck. And she
What
goes,
the hell?
"You should for children's. You're no." She looks to Gulbrand. You're right. He is loud for a small folk.
It's part of his jobs, I think.
And she begins to walk her way up and climb the 10-foot ledges up to the next room.
I wasn't scared. It was
Yikes.
just, you know.
Sure you aren't, buddy.
I would be scared, maybe just a little bit. But man, I
What's
guess
the difference
they're gonna
between me
follow
and you,
you.
big man? I know how to handle a woman and
Bloop. All right, in this room,
Oh,
15B. Hang on, let me get to the right one. That's the wrong one. Okay. This cave resembles the first that you entered. It's also filled with 12 blue bear warriors, many of whom rise to their feet at the sight of their approaching chieftain. One figure stands out among the tribe, tall, even for a Goliath, roughly half a foot taller than Gulbrand, dressed in fur-lined leather armor with metal bracers and other adornments that appear to have been taken from more modern warriors. A bald head gleams slightly in the firelight behind him, and dark red tattoos cover much of his body. He has similar markings as Griselda, the fangs around his mouth, but also his hands are claws that resemble Gulbrand's. A long steel greatsword rests upon his back, which seems out of place with his more rugged armor. Gulbrand, you recognize this figure as your rival, Kodiak.
I turn to Bergen and say, you know, very quietly, 10 gold says that's the deer fucker.
His face turns sour as Gulbrand comes into the sight. And he calls out to the chamber in Bothii. Star Keepers! Yous have some nerves coming back here as after abandoning your peoples. He turns to face the rest of your party, before adding in common, with children's in tow, no less. Tells us, Gulbrand, why do you return to us? Bear got your tongues.
no. I'm just wondering if we want to keep going because it's late. I can, if everyone is down. I don't know what he's gonna say, but
I'm so down.
I go to about 12:30.
Okay. For another
Uh,
15, 20 or so.
that's true. So he wants to try to read the room. Most of the room seem the same kind of hostile.
Most of the room is very shocked. They're surprised to see you. They begin to gather around. Those who are sleeping have woken and are approaching. There's this uncertainty, as if they're reading the situation too. Like, is Gulbrand here to reclaim his former role as Starkeeper? Is he here to be First Claw? This is the biggest occupied room that you've come across so far.
My chest is so puffed out, not intimidatingly, but just like I'm not a child. Like pretty much like we look at 285. Like
Exactly.
Yeah, because I guess like Gulbrand, like you were saying, Gulbrand's 7'5", which is about average height for a Goliath. So the larger ones are big. But he's actually going to ignore Kodiak. He's going to look around the room at large, and he's gonna tell them. He's gonna say, "I have returned as the path has ordained to lead you out of these trappings you have found yourselves in."
and not understand a single word he's saying. I just chime
I
in the
guess-
background. He ain't lying.
I love it.
Your chief has killed 3 stone giants on the ways here to collect yous.
Murmurs immediately, like growing
The
through the
rest
crowd.
of the rest of us, well, excuse me, my companions here has killed one of their own.
And you killed one.
Oh, I guess they do. Oh. Anyway, he's no.
I love the hype man Davos in the background, like 3 for her, 1 for him, 1 for him.
I picked up a couple of bally words, and 3 was one of them.
Yeah.
And I guess he'll look at Kodiak and he'll say, "You have your answer. I have come to lead you out of this bullshit. Are you going to come with us or not?"
He roll a persuasion or an intimidation check. Roll with advantage because Hydia's backing you up.
God, please don't use intimidation. You're not intimidating.
They're both -1.
Can I like somehow chime in if he spoke in
not.
common?
So
Ugh.
he looks at you and he spits on the ground and he goes, "You grew from a sow's tit, Starkeeper. Tell us, what is your plan to lead us into our deaths, fighting the giants? You left us to the wilds. You drove us out of the forest from our sanctuary where we had lived for generations, and then left us to fend for ourselves in a world we did not know. You seek to lead us now. What makes you so sure you can lead us to victory?"
I have these sights.
A pox upon your sights. You are blinded by it.
How does the... So, I'm trying to gauge how much the tribe thinks of, like...
You can roll an insight check if you want, just to read the room.
I want to help because of my very high persuasion skill, but I know I don't understand what he said.
We'll say
So,
from 19, it's very much a mixed crowd. There are some people who are like, "Oh, Gulbrand's back. He's gonna help us. This is gonna be great." And there are some who are like, "This is a bad omen. He left for years. The fact that he's come back now is unusual." It's pretty split. You have to you gather that you have to convince Kodiak to convince them all.
I asked Gulbrand if he would like me to help.
I'm not
Or
sure.
is there anything you think I can say to rally them?
Hydia, upon hearing this, tells them of your accomplishments, what you have done for the world while you have been gone, what you have done to protect your tribes.
This fiddle speaks commons. You're more eloquent than I am, music's man.
So yes.
Sounds like it.
Okay.
I mean, I'll lead him up with it is truths. We have done many deeds worth witnessing while I has been gone. Carving a path out to comes back and leads you all's out of here and into a stronger places. Stronger evens than maybe's the forest. This one here can vouch. This children's. Sorry.
Throw in some stuff there, Davey.
Your tribe's been decimated by a commander who left, and he comes back before you now, not empty-handed, but with help. We've slain giants. We've slain all that oppose us. We will slay these giants that now reign over you. You can restore your tribe to the greatness that it used to be and greater, or you can crumble to the annals of history. Either way, us and Gulbrand will be on top, and you can be with us or against us. Do I gotta roll persuasion for that?
Roll persuasion with advantage. That's pretty solid.
Oh, wow.
Woo! Did he say Annals of History? I don't know. That sounds terrifying.
On purpose.
The tribe seems to overall be more affirmative. They're more willing to follow, and you see Kodiak realize that he's losing the situation, and he looks at you, Gulbrand, and he says, once again in Bothii, I will follow today, but I expect a blood testing.
Once we get to a place where it is safe to do so for both of our existences, I would be glad.
He sort of sneers a bit and goes over, and you can see the tribe is immediately getting their few belongings together. One of them comes up to Hydia and Chief Hydia Moonmusk, where should we go? Should we follow you into battle? Should we join the others? What would you like for us?
Are there claws and fangs here?
A few, not many.
I mean, she's gonna send most of them back to the caves, I guess, and there's more caves, there's quite a few more. I guess she wants them to stay in the vicinity. I guess she'll send them back to where the bears are. Tell them to, defensive barricade.
Now you said send most of them. Are you sending all of them? I will say that Kodiak will say that while I hold no respect for you, Starkeepers, I will follow our chieftain into battle if she so deems necessary.
Is that his? Does he have a token?
Yeah, he's right here.
I think if we just keep him, we'll be
Solid.
It'll be chill. Unless y'all agree, unless y'all want more claws and fangs, we'll just probably have barbarian stat blocks or something.
No.
As Joey's discretion.
I don't actually have their stat blocks. Don't take them. I mean, I could have it ready by next week, but I will put them all down. That cave's getting cramped down there.
Yeah, that's why she didn't know if she wanted him to lead them out, but if we have a bunch more to get out...
She would tell them that they have cleared the path across the canyon and to go out that way, and they do. She also tells you, there is something else that you should know. Beyond, in the room just that way, there is a sarcophagus. It holds unparalleled wisdoms. I have not used it myself, but I have heard the stone giants commune with it to learn things that they should not have known before. And to the other room, there are many gemstones, diamonds, rubies, Things that I do not use except to appease beasts within. But things that you may find useful, if you have the time to mine them. And since there aren't any hostiles in these areas, I'll reveal these two real quick. Boop. The room further up, called the Stone Carver's Cave, light from a single torch reflects off gem deposits in the wall, sending shivering speckles of light all across the cavern. The gems are beautiful and variable. Sapphires, rubies, emeralds, topaz, diamond, and amethysts. 2 stone tables rise naturally out of the floor. Resting on them are several giant-sized awls and chisels. This room down here the chamber is open to the sky and has 100-foot-high walls. Pools of rainwater have formed on the floor on each side of the giant slab of pale gray stone. 3 dead fossilized stone giants and alcoves loom above an immense stone slab, easily 30 feet across and 20 feet wide. There are several giant hand indentions on the slab's surface, and runes etched around its perimeter. The runes read, "Here lies the tomb of the Skodkong," which, knowing giant, you would translate as Fog King. "The first of Deadstone Cleft's Thanes. Skodkong, infinitely wise beyond his means, flesh like that of alabaster, who even in death grants divine counsel to those who seek it."
That's a big guy.
Is this a one-person thing?
You don't know? You see
I
the
wonder if
handprints
it's-
on
I have,
it?
I have the weakest wisdom, so if it comes to any kind of save, I mean, wisdom's not anything I use. Tally has pretty high.
I would want it to be one of you that's here. And we could...
We don't have
Probably
any idea
is.
how long it takes to use?
She shrugs. I will tell you not long. But...
I would say either Devin or Spencer. Or
I think Spencer's
Gulbrand or
wisdom's
Bergen.
higher than mine.
Yeah.
I think going to try to touch the weird giant's rocks.
He touched the
Hey.
butt.
Yeah.
It's tough to use.
The butt.
Ah!
you all watch as Bergen places his hand onto the slab,
Hells yeah.
and his fingers sink into it, like soft clay, before the clay begins to move up his arm and pull him deeper into the stone. He tries to react to stop it, but he is instantly swallowed by it. And you watch as you reach out, as you graze it slightly, you find it hardened, impassable stone.
Did you just say Bergen was sucked into the sarcophagus?
I did.
And we tried to go get him, and it was solid stone.
What do you do?
I tried to message Bergen with my cantrip. Hey, bro, like, what the fuck? You
No
okay?
response.
Uh,
I heard a beep, but I didn't see anything. Did something pop up?
just the message, if it was relevant, but if it's
Oh, in this chat. Okay. I was like, what?
uh,
Oh, yikes. Just construct. I mean, I
Can
think
I
I
use-
have detect
I was gonna say I got that crystal ball. I can try to.
scry 'em. There's gotta
Yeah.
be. There's just the statues in the room and the sarcophagus.
Yes, sir.
Gulbrand's gonna hit it.
Swing.
Maybe just once, because he's not really sure where the fuck he went. He doesn't know if he can break it. He's like wants to try to break the stone.
Was Bergen like
It does
screaming
not give.
while he was getting sucked in,
I don't think so.
or just like, you know, guys, this is meant to be? No, no. I'm gonna try to scry him. I don't even know if it's in my inventory. Forgot to put it in.
I don't have any spells that doesn't budge. 27. God, fuck, shit.
Nothing on the scry.
I mean,
Put scry into chat. Does that take 10 minutes to do? I'm trying to remember. I can't remember if that's a ritual thing. Not a ritual thing. Or if it's just an action or...
Yeah, so I was trying to remember where we put it. Was it a chat? Or just the spell scry?
The spell scry, yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm talking to Bergen and
Yeah, I figured as much.
you guys aren't worth my time, so I'm, you know.
No. I see you typing, and I figured it was.
I can only hope wherever the fuck he is, he's getting infinite
Yeah,
wisdom.
Scry is 10 minutes.
Gulbrand will cast Fairy Fire on the block. See if he's in it? Question mark. 20-foot cube, if that covers it. Yeah, it was.
So nothing on the.
Fairy fire doesn't help anything.
Doesn't show him in there. Like he's. I don't even see like his outline in it. Wow.
It shows the stone structure, but it doesn't seem to be hollow.
Well, what the fuck's where did he go?
You heard 10 minutes on the scry.
10 minutes. You begin setting up the ball and wait, but that time is still ticking.
It means someone checks these statues. Maybe there's.
Yeah, I guess Tally looks to see if there's anything peculiar about the statues, like a latch.
A button, yeah, like
25 on that perception.
if we help him with the rest of the room, can he have advantage? Just not that he really needs it. But...
Yeah,
Sure.
Okay, I will roll again.
Okay.
That was
You feel the stone, you read the runes again. Infinitely wise beyond its means, who even in death grants divine counsel to those who seek it. You gather that he's communing with some type of oracle, but you don't know. It's...
So we know he's alive?
You imagine? You begin to look at the handprints and see that they're all giant-sized. You don't know if this is something that's made for small folk, if it would work, if it would backfire.
So I couldn't message him. There's nothing written on the walls.
I wonder if
Like,
it took
you
him
know,
deeper into the
speak friend
canyons.
and enter kind of
You
thing.
all watch as the stone once again seems to grow soft, and the figure of Bergen rises to the surface once more before the stone hardens, leaving him lying on top of the slab, looking quite bewildered.
Fuck, bro, you scared the shit out of me.
I like I said, you come back to the group just like frantically searching the room, like Tally looking up on the shoulder of a statue. Like...
Yeah, it's pretty weird. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, it was like my senses were all dull. It almost felt like I was drowning, but I could breathe.
That's gross.
It was not like necessarily a bad feeling. Like I didn't feel
Red
like
Dragon Crush. Yep.
I was threat at all. But it felt like I could inquire about anything, and it asked me to ask what I was looking for.
I swear, if you asked how to get a girlfriend, I'm gonna be so pissed.
I mean, honestly, guys, I couldn't think of anything to ask it specifically, so I left in case I could come back and maybe, or one of us could go back and maybe inquire. I don't know how. What? Yeah.
You
I
were
just-
able to comes and goes, though, so that's a good sign.
Maybe, I don't know. Possibly. suppose I could have asked anything just in case we can't, but I couldn't think of anything, to be honest.
We'll hash something out and see, send somebody in there maybe.
I was about to say, it sounds like it's not gonna just trap us there.
I didn't get the sense or the feeling like I was in danger or being entrapped.
That makes one of us.
It was startling, don't get me wrong, yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Man, I'm trying to decide if we need to try to take a short rest or not. Like
Just keep picturing that.
You just took a short rest.
Crystal
a
skull.
long rest.
chick,
I'm sorry.
like seeking all the knowledge and then getting it and blowing up your brain.
I mean, we could start small. Maybe we could just inquire about the dungeon or something. This
Yeah.
How do we get Bergen a girlfriend?
A recurring theme, apparently. Davos, you were investigating the stone, right?
Tally did the perception. No one did an investigation check, but I kind of mentioned,
Gotcha.
hey, we're looking around for everything.
So Bergen goes to touch it again, and it's solid. And you, almost skeptical, like go up and like tap it, and your fingers sink in,
Oh, jeez.
and
Oh,
it
shit,
climbs
here
up
it
your
goes
arm,
again.
and it pulls you inside. Just because I want to do this before we leave tonight. Check your chat, my dude, and leave this chat, before I kick you. Get out of here. Fuck you. Go on, get. There we go. At least you should have heard it, Spencer. They were like freaking out, like, "Oh God, is he stuck in there?
Yeah.
Like, is he dying? Like, what?" They were
Yeah, I
casting
was wondering
spells.
what was going on. Yeah,
We need to
I figured
timestamp
that-
him the start of that.
Yeah, that's fair. The panic as our cleric goes missing. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
Yeah, I heard the dice roll in on the virtual
Perception check.
tabletop.
Perception check. Fairy fire. Gulbrand was whacking it with his axe. Like
Oh,
you might have
wow.
heard that. Like just this dull, reverberating, like I don't know, distant and muffled, but
Screw shit. Screw shit. I think this time Gulbrand would just be like, "Okays, I hope he comes back twos."
Yeah, I wouldn't worry. I think he'll be all right, and hopefully he'll be a little bit more prepared now, than I was. Maybe he'll.
and don't take that hard or anything. The adventure specifically says like some adventurers may be surprised by this and be unable to think of a question, quote unquote, that's important enough to ask it.
I was also afraid if we only get one question, I'd ask something maybe not so great to ask.
I guess now that we have Kodiak, we have another person. We have plenty. We have a lot of potions.
Yeah, Kodiak's pretty solid too, because he's a level 7. He's the same as you guys.
Oh.
Thanks. Little stout. I wasn't sure if you were going to be blood testing here.
Nah. I mean, Gulbrand wants to be full health when he does it. He might have tried to, but he's gonna have more hit points than me, and he's probably gonna hit harder than me. I'm ready.
He's asking. Oh shit. Okay. He's got one more, and then we'll.
See, I wish we could find a place to long rest, but I don't know if that's really feasible. I feel like we have to get all the tribe out, and then maybe we can. But also, we need to get the shell, and if we take more than a day, it's not gonna be. I guess none of them know we have to get the shell, but it's gonna be on high alert. I'm so stressed.
Good. That's the goal. No, this one I knew would be a little extra stressful.
This is not like running dungeons in an RPG where it's over in 15 minutes. I have to think about this for a week.
Yeah. Unless y'all want to play tomorrow. I'm just saying.
As much as I would love to, I think we're going to we're gonna go see the Batman movie or something tomorrow.
Oh, cool. I've heard good things.
This isn't taking any longer than it was with Bergen, is it? In game time?
No, he's still in there. It seems to be about this is the normal passage of time. Like he's.
Yeah.
I hope the new Batman is good. I've heard good things.
I don't know, we'll see. Not a
Robert
huge fan of
Pattinson.
DC movies. But...
I mean, really, the DC movies aren't that bad. Like, I didn't watch Justice League, but like Wonder Woman was good. The Christian Bale Batman movies were great. Okay, he's just asked his last ones.
Oh, he got multiple. How are you? You said earlier that you felt good, Spencer, about another fight as far as having enough spell slots.
Yeah, I'll just see.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel you. I can actually I have a little bit of healing, but it's not near as much. But I can get a hold of it quickly if we
Right.
need
Well, I
it.
still got a few spell slots left.
That
You
was
all
supposed
watch as once again
to- I think
the
about it.
stone seems to grow soft, and the figure of Davos emerges through the surface before the stone hardens once again,
So
leaving
fucking
him
creepy.
lying on top of the slab, looking quite bewildered.
Pretty wild, huh?
To say the least.
That shit's still
Okay.
fucking freaky.
Talia will go, well,
What's that thing that gave you powers, Tally?
Zafuhiri.
I asked it. Who took Hecaton
Oh.
and
Oh
slashed
shit,
fell
good one.
the Kraken of the Deep? But I admit, I'm a bit torn now, because I also asked if my father could be saved, because I never found his body, never had that closure, and apparently he can be saved.
Oh.
I don't know where this is, but in some tomb. Pull up the chat. Kayalithica. Does that mean anything to you? Anyone?
Where is it?
Kayalithica? Kayalithica?
Davos would know she's the Thane, wouldn't she?
Yeah, Hydia would tell you that's the name of the stone giant Thane. You've heard the name once or twice,
Oh, okay.
but it's been a long journey.
Yeah.
With-
Okay.
So
Then yeah. If we don't kill this bitch. Or I guess maybe we don't need to kill her. Gotta try to rescue my father. He's deep within her tomb lair.
Oh, so he's here too, is what I'm getting out of that. Oh, yeah.
He's-
Petrified and can be saved, but I don't know how.
Yikes. Oh boy.
Okay. With that, my dudes, we'll go ahead and call tonight a night. I'm really glad y'all got to that, because I was like, please don't make me wait a whole week. I've been so excited for this fucking magic box of ask anything you want. Anything, and it will tell you.
But like
I-
that's the petrifying part of it. Is
Yeah, right?
There's so many things. Like, do I be
Decision
selfish?
paralysis.
Do I be funny and ask about Bargain's girlfriend?
He
The
did put
temptation was there.
I will say before we go that Tally is like, oh, well, I might as well go next, and slaps his palm on the stone, and it doesn't give. He can't get into it. Gulbrand, Hydia, if anyone else tries it, it won't work. You gather that it's expended its use for whatever time period.
Okay.
I'm going to rescue my dad. I'm like,
Yeah.
not like unrestrainably, but like going. Like,
Yeah. I mean, part of me thinks that Brandon has known that he might be alive because you never found his body. But this is fun to finally be able to be like, yeah, you're right.
Right.
But with that, my dudes, hope y'all had a good time tonight. I did.
Yeah.
I know that next week you guys, you're most of the way through this, so next week we should wrap this up. Be safe. Take care of each other. Love you guys. And is it Friday yet?
See you guys.
All right, my dudes.
Great
Deuces.
time.
Yeah, super fun.